Hello everyone and welcome back to the Dev Plays the Crucible of Avarice campaign using the Animite Tales tabletop roleplay system. Last episode we had an interesting development as the party was able to defeat their opposing team known as the Desert Demigods of Emjanar Linear. Not very long after defeating all of the members, after Ferb getting 2 victories and then getting 1 defeat, showcasing his actual true power, and Felix landing the finishing blow against Renala of the Desert, it then determined that the entire match had come to an end. However, Anarche had already reached the final amount of points, 999,999,999. This therefore meant that his band would go from a lovely yellowish glowing colour to suddenly a solid gold colour, etched onto his skin. This now means that the band will still work as normal functions, except from with 2 particular new mechanics. The first one is, Anarche cannot spend or give away his points whatsoever. This means that he is unable to use them for any kind of currency. The second one is, anyone in the entirety of the current world is able to use their bands or even animatology that is connected to the subnet to locate the quote-unquote golden band wielders. So far, it seems as though Anarche is the only one with a golden band. He must stay alive or undefeated for the next 24 hours. It has only gotten to 21 hours and 20 minutes left, which means that he's only been doing this for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours and a half. But the party decided to leave immediately after being attacked by a multitude of different individuals who were still on the island of Jotunjail. Leaving Pinky aside, the rest of the party went through the portal. This includes Felix, Ferb, Aldous, and Stan alongside Anarche. They went around the world, going to different locations that Anarche and the party have been before, trying to keep ahead of any other individuals that would try and attack them. They met up with Fergus inside of Smithy's old lab, only for Fergus to both reveal that he has already taken all of the bodies from Anarche's pocket dimension and used them to quote-unquote his good use. He then tried to settle a deal with Anarche and the rest of the party, stating that he would help them and even cloak them from any of the others. However, in return, they would make a truce in which that he would fight alongside the party in the upcoming war against Matrata, the City of the Angels. Despite all of this, he also had a secondary condition, that he would not only not be attacked by any of the party members until the truce was over, but also that he would be allowed to take any of the powers that he deemed necessary for the angels of which that he had slain. Anarche then told him to shove it, in which he was able to escape the laboratory. They destroyed the door to try and get out as it had locked behind them. However, in doing so, they had completely destroyed the only way in which the entire lab can even be closed. After which, Stan created a clone and asked the clone to keep an eye out on the door and keep trying to figure it out, as he believed that perhaps maybe he can, using his technological brain, will be able to figure out exactly how he can repair the door, enabling the party to have some kind of a safe space. Speaking of a safe space, this is now where the current party is. They are in Felix's old apartment. It has been 2.5 months since they were last there. There are all sorts of horrible things that have happened to the place, such as birds nesting in the corner of the living room, a broken window which was later fixed, large amounts of build-up of mold and cobwebs which are also later removed, scrunched into a ball and set on fire outside of the house by Aldous, horribly mouldy plates that were later cleaned by Felix, and the rest of the house that was being tidied up by the rest of the party except for Anarche, who had noticed something rather odd and interesting. Upstairs in this apartment, there is a life signature of an individual who is only now just awoken. We now return to the party as we are now coming back to Anarche sensing this person waking up and moving around in one of the upstairs bedrooms.
How decent is their essence?
The essence is relatively quite strong, but definitely weaker than the rest of the party.
No. Well, Felix, I think someone moved in here a while ago.
Alright. Felix stands up from the couch, just probably now a full indent in the couch.
There is indeed a full indent in the couch, yes.
Shall we go up and take a look?
I sure, I guess.
Alright. Felix will go ahead and bulk up.
Fair enough.
Before following Anake upstairs.
Okay. Ferb, do you follow along suit, or...?
Ferb will guard the stairs. Just stay at the bottom, just in case.
Do you
Okay.
want me to roll for willpower, or...?
No, you should be fine,
Okay.
So you bulk up, you begin climbing the stairs, and you start noticing, Anake, the life form is moving towards the door, and it seems as though they are going towards the hallway which leads to the stairs.
I guess we'll go and meet them.
Okay. Ferb, you're at the bottom of the stairs. I'm going to say, Anake, you're leading this, because although that this is Felix's house, you're the only one who knows where they are exactly. And Felix, you're in the middle of the stairs, just behind Anake. As soon as you sort of like get halfway, you start hearing the door open as someone begins to walk out. Do you stop, or do you continue going up?
I guess I'll stop for now to see who it is.
This individual who walks out looks to be a very messy and very lazy-looking individual. She is seeming to wear very small, like tight-fitting sort of clothes, but it looks as though she's in like a vest and some like pajama shorts. She looks around about, if you were to take a guess, about anywhere between I'd say 26, maybe just late 20s, early 30s. She's got very like brightly toned skin, but she has rather large sort of dark circles underneath her eyes. She's sort of still stretching. She opens her eyes and sees the three of you on the stairs. Hi?
Morning, I guess.
You're not hallucinations, are you?
I don't think so.
You're... She then slumps to her feet, sort of slumps to her like the floor as she's like pointing and staring at Felix, just sort of like hovering over Anake's shoulders, as you are like 2 steps behind him, but you are at the same height as him. You're... Okay, this got to be a bad trip. You're him. You're Mr. Fatigue.
Yes, as you may or may not be aware, this is or was my apartment.
I'm ever so sorry. I thought that I thought you'd be gone for a lot longer. I'm really sorry, but I had nowhere else to go.
It's fine. I hold no ill will.
Well, that's a relief. It's been difficult during these times, especially since all of the attacks kept happening. Iris City hasn't exactly been easy to live in. Houses are being destroyed, and nobody wants to touch any of the other houses because now there's no money and nobody wants to sell any because that they might be destroyed. So I heard about you and I looked you up and I found your apartment. I had assumed that you were going to.
Honestly, it's good that at least someone's using this space while I was out.
You're a lot calmer and nicer than the footage shows.
I'm kind of required to be.
Okay. And you're the Fury Fist.
Such a bad name, but yeah.
What's your band? It's a different colour. I've never seen one like that.
It's at its
What can I
max
say? I'm just unique.
You're here to hide out, aren't you?
for the moment.
I've been asleep for the last 8 hours. Or at least I thought I was, but... What have you been doing? What's been going on? What's happened?
Well, within the last couple hours, Anake here got the max amount of points, and we're kind of waiting out the 24-hour time limit before the tournament's over. Though I will say, if you're going to stay here, we probably shouldn't be here, as people will be after us.
People are after you.
Further points? Yes.
If you've got the maximum points, that means that you're about to win.
Correct.
And this whole nightmare will be over.
I sure hope it is.
Verb just pokes his head over the very bottom of the thing. We got to go to a zoo in Husconia.
There's more of you here. The whole team, I guess. The kings of the hill.
Correct.
Yeah.
The others are cleaning downstairs.
Well, that would explain why I woke up. She places her hand on her face and sort of rubs her eyes with her fingers and thumb, just sort of like, almost like she's grasping at her face. Okay. So, what you're telling me is that you're all here to... Right, okay. Well, why don't we go downstairs then and, I would say I'll make you something, but I've just been kind of running around town stealing things for food.
It's all good. It looked like most everything here would have gone bad anyways.
You're not kidding. I've been here for the last month.
Oh, that reminds me, we're going to need food. We should go grocery shopping at some point.
Yeah.
So I imagine we all head downstairs.
Yeah, so once all of you are seeming to, like, move away from the stairs, she sort of, like, goes back in the room, comes out somewhat more, like, reasonably dressed, and she starts heading down.
Felix will obviously depower once,
Okay.
they go back in, we're back downstairs.
I'd say you've lost about 5 points from your total.
Okay.
I'll
just put that into one of the fist stockpiles to put it at 40.
Fair enough. After you've done sort of moving around and about like a few minutes have passed, this woman comes downstairs and sort of stands in the doorway of the living room, seeing all of you sort of standing there or sitting there just in the living room, and she's just sort of like, well, I should probably tell you then, if you probably don't already know. Even though that this place is still trying to be a relatively normal place, it's kind of screwed. Because that there were a lot of people fighting and still lower band people around, Red Band members have just been going around looting and attacking. which has been leaving some of us who have been left up in the crossfire. I myself lost my home and my whole family during this time. It's not been easy. However, there have been at least 3 individuals who have been able to help us. 3 heroes. Homage, the number 1 hero, has been the most helpful. Any of the Red Band members, he's basically been swooping up and putting away. But that did also put him at the risk of getting a band himself. Not that he seems to care too much. After all, he used to be one of the people who did the fighting beforehand in the previous games. What were they called? Omegan Champion something? He's one of the champions, basically.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Despite that, most other heroes have been defeated by higher tier individuals, considering technically fighting a band wielder isn't illegal, and once they fight back, whatever they do is also not technically illegal, as long as they don't fight anyone or go too far against anyone who is not in the tournament. If a hero attacks them, it's practically the equivalent of allowance of kill. It's like a mini purge. Almost like as if that individual has diplomatic immunity as long as they don't attack civilians or defenseless users of powers. Because of this, heroes are not categorized as that, and neither are high-class criminals. You will probably know that, considering that you guys also took down Yul Kiger.
Felix nods, even though he wasn't really in the battle against Yul Kiger, he was just sitting at the sidelines.
Fair. This whole situation's super messed up.
It is.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I will be very happy when it's over, though I feel when it's over, I won't be done.
I think it's impressive that no one else has been able to stop them or get to this level. I see your points, and I notice that you have probably one of the highest scores I've seen, except from, well, looking over at Anarche. Almost with Gollum eyes as well, because again, like, just as a reminder, the points prior to the rule change was any and every currency, which basically means that you are practically 1 point away from being a billionaire in any currency in the world.
Yep.
Yeah.
She sort of shakes her head a bit, sort of like realizing, sort of almost saying no to herself because, again, her situation.
And also she's in a room with multiple people
Yes.
that would destroy her if she tried.
Anyway, she then claps her hands together. So, I was wondering, in the terms of food, I've known a really good place. We could go there.
Meals on me. And it's still open, of course.
That sounds great.
We'll have to be relatively careful, considering if we don't want the place getting destroyed.
And okay, I need you to roll me a perception check.
Oh, perception, okay.
Yep.
Just Anake? I assume it's power-based.
Yeah, probably.
It is thanks to his powers, yes, yeah.
As I was about to say, we are in a city.
Yeah.
You do notice that her power goes from, like, her aura goes from, like, the level of sort of meh energy to suddenly, like, incredibly high power in a matter of seconds. You also notice that there's something different about the room itself once her power-up happens, but you can tell that none of the others are aware of this.
So, where is this place? I don't think we got your name.
I think I'm more interested in why you're increasing your power right now.
Oh, well, I can answer both of those questions. She sort of smiles a little, but again looks very tired. Well, first of all, I guess my name is actually pretty important, so I should probably tell you. I'm named Harael. As she opens her eyes and just goes, and as for why I'm here and why my power is, you already know that answer. As suddenly, in a matter of an instant, you are no longer in the apartment. Instead, you are now in the middle of a desert. Harael is not in front of you, but there's something even more concerning. As Anarche, you, Felix, and Ferb are the only members of your party to currently be here.
Huh?
Finally a warm climate.
Oh, we're in a desert, so you're not going to be enjoying that for long. And second of all, we really shouldn't be trusting random people.
Yeah, but it's also not really, proper to just shoot someone dead just because they happen to be trying to survive.
No.
Are they here?
They are not currently, no.
Do I sense anyone or anything near?
Not currently within your proximity. Your range at the moment is 200, isn't it, due to the roll that you got last time?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're currently not sensing anyone within a 200 meter radius.
Felix having to take off his warm winter jacket.
Yes, yeah. Although, by the way, the heat to you doesn't really bother you too much. I mean, it is at the moment very overwhelming, but it's like, you know that as soon as you transform, you'll be fine, because that you have a massive tolerance to heat.
Yeah. But it's still just like, while he's not transformed, he's like, I can't wear this coat.
Yes, no, absolutely. It is overwhelming. By the way, as soon as this does hit you, it does hit all of you. And as you said, Anarche, you're like, yeah, this is nice and warm and everything, but in about maybe a minute's time, we're all going to be potentially sweating to death.
Well,
Purple will take off his fur coat.
Portals still work?
Do you wish to try it?
Yes.
Okay.
Backpack.
I'll try teleporty portals to see if they work. 27.
Your portal indeed works and opens up.
Oh.
I mean, we could just head back.
Yeah. Though, I'm pretty sure she's probably going to try it. So, we'll probably be in for a fight if we do go back.
I don't think she'll win, but alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess we go back, Joe.
Okay.
Felix will bulk up before...
Yeah, fair enough. You bulk up. You guys head...
Burb will attempt to get his two other parts into machine guns.
Okay.
Since one of them is currently still his right arm is still a chain gun while he was cleaning.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Okay, head bursts and left arm pops.
Okay. As the three of you go in through this portal, you enter the living room. Nobody's in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Left across the, possible world.
Let me pull up the band, see if I can call them.
Roll me a perception check, all three of you.
Okay. We are in a city, technically.
Yes, but however, you're currently looking at your band, so you'll be rolling a disadvantage. So,
Can
with your city thing, I'm going to say you can roll normally.
Can I still use energy for this, or does it have to be?
You can indeed use energy, yes.
Okay.
Got it. 10.
You got a higher roll than me, and I had flat. You had a flat roll.
As you say, okay, I'll just check the band. Suddenly, a massive ball of fire goes towards the window. All of you have one action that you can attempt before this thing hits.
Okay. I mean, I'm bulked up and it's a ball of fire. So there's a
Yeah,
part
do
of
you
me.
just want to get in front of it there and take the hit?
You want me to stand in front, do a block?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. I'll do a block. 20 plus 16? Yeah. Okay. 29.
Awesome.
You guys are also doing whatever you do.
Yeah.
just move behind you. It's like, yep, blocks the entire view.
Okay, I assume that you guys aren't doing anything else since you're not rolling for anything else?
Yeah, sure. Why not? This is more fun this way.
Okay.
I guess I'll attempt the block just in case it goes through.
Right, gotcha. Go for it.
Oh no, why am I blocking? 12.
Okay.
I guess we're all taking damage.
Just checking something before I make any decisions. Okay.
The water of knowledge.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to ask you to roll me an SP check real quick as well, Felix.
Okay, SP, so that's a plus 10.
Yep, yep.
13.
As this fireball hits through into the room, it hits Felix and detonates. It does save both of you, Ferb, and you and Arge, but this explosion does completely burst open the entirety of the living room as everything just catches fire that is in front of Felix. Felix, you take 70 points of damage.
That's the full damage?
That is indeed the full damage, and it is unfiltered.
Unfiltered as in, like, it would have done that either way, or?
It for some reason, it is ignoring your willpower.
Okay. You said 70?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Can I attempt to start putting out the fires with sonic blasts?
Yes, you can indeed attempt to do so.
Also, where's this person that just shot us? That's what I want to know.
In front of us, I imagine.
You have a 200-meter radius. You can sense. Actually, no, wait. You got a 26 with this one. You have 400-meter radius. So,
no, that was for the portal, so don't worry about that.
Oh, okay, no.
Yeah. So it's still
well, either way, you can sense them. They are like something. A very powerful presence. It's strange. It's almost like it's pure energy, but something else, like pure energy and life force, is about a good 100 meters away from the window. Maybe about just around about perfectly equivalent height to the apartment. By the way, this apartment is on the 3rd floor, sort of relatively. It's only about 3 stories high. But this thing is perpendicular, so it's definitely flying. But yeah, it seems to have launched this attack at you.
Alright, well, I know where they are. Just going to use a bonus action to open up a portal and pull out Swartle.
Fair enough.
And then I'm going to use Shower of Light on Felix to heal him.
Okay, go ahead.
If you'll allow me, good sir.
I will allow it, yes.
Actually, it doesn't really matter if you're allowing it or not, because it's kind of the equivalent of it if it's doing damage. It would heal him regardless.
Cool. I think it's this.
Fine.
You haven't taken damage, have you, Gunnard?
Nope.
Cool.
I make a pretty good meat shield.
You do.
I will ask, given I know Felix wasn't wearing the coat, so you had it like probably over his shoulder or something. Is that coat now dead or gone?
It is without a doubt gone. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. So Joe, he'll get healed for 4 turns, and you can remove 43 off of his. Or I guess add 43.
Yeah. Okay. 43 will be now removed from the total damage that you took.
So I have 184 total at the moment. Oh.
So take away the 43, that puts you at 37. Nice. Wait. Or is it 27? No, it is 27, yeah. 27 damage removed. So in other words, you have still 27 damage so far, but anyway.
And I believe does that put me at max stockpile since I took damage?
How many points did you have in your stockpile left at the time?
I had 40 in my stockpile, and then the other two were at 50.
Okay. You'll have to roll the d10.
Yep. Okay. 6. So 46.
Okay.
For some reason, my body is shaky, so I will need to check for a low blood sugar here in a second.
Fair enough. That's fine. Yeah. So, Anarche and Gunhead, you've seen this. The entirety of this front area is just completely blown out by that explosion. If Felix wasn't as durable as he was, that would have hit all of you, and it would have been a very messy explosion. Something outside is causing this, and Anarche, as I said, you can sense it. It's about 100 meters away from where you currently are.
That wasn't very nice.
No. Well, they're trying to snipe us, essentially. They're about 100 meters away.
Alright.
Snipe me? That's impossible. You
Well,
point me
should
where
I-
they're boss and I'll shoot them.
Well, I assume we don't have a direct sight of them. at the moment.
So the flames are kind of creating some smoke. Ferb said that he was going to start shooting them. Was the 26 you shooting them?
Yeah,
with yourself?
28.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry, 28. Yeah, you do clear it. Once the smoke is cleared, I want to point out, Ferb and Felix, you see nothing. But Anarche, on the other hand, you see something. A very large, strange-looking creature, looking like the floating top half of a torso. This creature looks almost like as if it's a wraith of some kind. No eyes in its head, big, gigantic fangs, and massive claws. It's somewhat humanoid in shape, in the terms of it has 2 arms, head, shoulders, and torso.
Knees and toes.
But it does not have anything below its chest. It is just a floating torso with arms and a head.
So no to the knees and toes then.
No to the knees and toes. Head, shoulders, that's it.
Do they have eyes, ears, mouth, and nose?
They don't have eyes, they don't have ears, but they definitely have a mouth, but also no nose.
So just
nose.
mouth. They're all mouth.
It's not all mouth, it's just mouth on the lower part of the face.
Out of the things we listed.
Out of the things you listed, yeah, it's just mouth.
Yeah. And do I sense anyone else of noteworthiness around here, or is it just this thing?
As of right now, no. And I'm going to have to ask all 3 of you to roll me move speed.
Oh.
Okay.
9 from Anarche, 12 from Felix. What will Ferb get?
16.
16, okay.
we both got 4 on the die.
To be fair, it's probably best I go last, because every time it's my turn, you get healed. So
That's
Yeah.
true, yeah. And to be honest, you would prefer to be healed at the end of the rotation.
yeah.
Okay, this is actually a first, and okay. So immediately straight out of the gate, as Ferb is like, okay, what's going on? Like, we've now cleared the fire, what's going on? You then just Anarche, you then immediately sense 2 energy signatures as 2 life forms are right behind Ferb. Ferb seems to get tapped once. So you sort of get touched on your back, Ferb, and immediately he then goes, go, and the 2 of them disappear. You don't recognize the male, but you definitely recognize the female who was with him. It was Hariel, who teleported them in and out, and that's it. You start noticing that there's a slight difference with Ferb's life force, but Ferb doesn't seem to have taken any damage, nor has anything actually truly happened. It's just there's something odd with his life force now.
Ferb, watch out,
Oh.
they've done something to you.
What? But I can't see anything.
They just teleported in and out behind you. Smart.
Ah, shit. Ah,
It is now
what are we
Ferb's
gonna
turn.
do?
Sorry, I'm just saying it's now your turn, Connor.
Fair. Ferb will say to Anarcha, he's like, can you see them? Is there anything we can shoot?
Well, I can at least see the other creature that seems to be with them.
Creature? What creature?
I'll point in the... I'll basically tell them where it is, the thing that seemingly shot the blast at us.
Okay.
I can't see anything, but if you can see it, would you be willing to resonate with me? I might be able to see it too.
Yeah. I don't know if that will work, necessarily. It's mostly my sensing ability that allows me to do it.
Is it a will signature?
Yes, although I think it's going to be quite a bit out of your range.
How far away is it?
Like 100.
Oh no, that's within my range. I can
Oh.
quadruple that.
Alright. Well, if you need, I can tell you what, like I said, told you where it is. Should be all good.
Alright, I will activate spirit control.
Okay.
Alright, and I will then immediately start firing directly towards where Anarcha is pointed.
Okay. Roll me whatever you're rolling, but you'll be rolling disadvantage.
Alright. Put a 2 on that. And roll. I got an 18.
You fire off loads of shots. Anarche, without a doubt, he is firing towards them. Are you trying to fire all of your shots, or are you just trying to fire just one minigun?
I am firing everything.
Okay, roll again and again, but both of the times disadvantage. 2 berries.
Blueberries.
Blueberries.
I've actually got something for the 2 berries this time. I've actually got some Doombar Amber Ale.
Ooh.
This episode is not brought to you by Doombar Amber Ale.
I'm going to quickly go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Fair enough.
That's 21.
21, okay. And then the next one? Natural one.
Natural 1.
Okay, now what I would like you to do is roll me all 3 of those BPAs.
Ooh. Okay. You want them all in a row, or one roll for all?
All in a row, like each of them separately, so that then we can at least see. These aren't obviously disadvantaged, because that doesn't really make sense.
Okay.
Okay, 4 bullets from the first one. Two bullets from the second one. And 3 bullets
And 3.
from the third one. Okay, so
8
that
in
is...
total.
Oh yeah, we changed that, so it's only a D4 now.
Yeah. So that is now 9 in total.
I'll take that away from my total.
Okay, so that's
Yeah,
that
yeah.
amount of total. He misses every single shot. It's like he shot everything but that creature. However, every bullet then makes massive impact explosions on the building 300 meters away from your building.
Oh dear.
Did I hit it?
As
No.
chunks of the building start falling apart.
If anything, you might have killed everything but it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'm bad. I did say I couldn't see it.
I mean, yeah, no, fair enough. Maybe leave the psychic creature to me.
Yeah.
It is now the turn of Felix.
Yes.
Okay, what fill me out on what happened. I just got back.
I killed thousands of civilians.
Fire explosion happens. You defended them. Suddenly, two individuals teleport behind Ferb. One of them touched Ferb. They then teleported back out. Ferb's energy is a little off, thanks to Anarche explaining that. However, Anarche also explained that the thing that sent the fireball is about 100 meters away and is floating about 15 meters up in the sky, basically to be perpendicular into the terms of your guys' height. The creature, he then states, is psychic, and therefore you cannot see it. And therefore, Ferb tried to shoot it, missed all 9 shots, and blew up a large 9 separate chunks into the building about 300 meters away from your building.
Great. Is it just that one entity, or can we already sense the other two around?
Well, they appeared and disappeared, so you can't really sense them. Anarche has the furthest range by far, and he still can't sense them. Also, they are not within the line of sight right now. They appeared and disappeared. There seems to be so far 2 of them: one man, one woman, and then a psychic entity. But you cannot see said psychic entity.
So essentially, I can't see any of them.
Not as of right now, no.
Anarche, you want to get on my back as I jump towards whatever direction you point me, and go from there.
You know what? That sounds interesting. Sure, why not?
Okay.
Anarche gets on your back.
I believe it'll be probably labor for the jump.
Labor for the jump, indeed, yeah. So what direction are you jumping in? And this will be a discussion between the two of you before it's finalised by myself.
Do you want to go where the psychic creature is?
Sure.
Alright, yeah.
Okay. It's plus 16. 25.
Okay.
I'm assuming this counts as one of my actions.
This indeed does. Anarche, I'm also going to ask you to roll a labour as well.
Oh, what, to hold on?
Actually, no, I'll be nice at grappling.
That doesn't change anything.
I know it doesn't change anything. That's just... Yeah, you're fine, yeah. But by the way, you didn't actually need to get higher than him just to put your mind at ease. Although you did get higher than him, so it doesn't really matter. But I will say you did at least need to get above a 15 to hold on to this guy as he's launching out of this building. You launch towards the creature, Anarche, whilst on Felix's back. You get closer and closer to it with every passing nanosecond.
Okay. At Anarche's signal, I will release a Sonic. Well, I guess should I go with just a regular combo, or should I go Sonic Strike combo?
I mean, it's up to you.
I would say regular combo. Just test the waters first.
Okay, I'll do regular combo. At obviously at Anarche's say, to hopefully pinpoint when I punch better.
Okay.
So I don't know if you still want to count that as disadvantage to hit, or...
I won't count it as disadvantage, no.
Okay. 23.
Okay. He goes in, like, literally, Anarche, you just go, punch now! And you thought, damn it, was my timing off? Was my timing too early? Was it too late? And immediately his arm swings faster than you can even finish that thought, as a fully willpower fist just slams through the air, creating a massive, gust of explosive current. However, the creature is no longer in the proximity of you or Felix. It disappeared.
Do you still want me to roll damage?
No. However,
Okay.
a grand gust does eventually hit the building from the other side, and it doesn't destroy or damage the buildings in any way, but it does. I want to point out you're still 200 meters away. It, with a strong gust of wind, pushes a lot of the dust out of the way, revealing how far those bullets burrowed through those buildings.
I would also like to say that was a combo, so I still have an action.
Indeed you do. As you begin falling down to the ground, what would you like to do? Wait until you land to the ground, or would you like to do something before you land to the ground? I will point out, you are completely immune to this fall damage.
Yeah, I know. Which, vice versa, as you're on my back means you're probably also immune.
Yeah, an arcade won't take damage. You'll absorb it anyway because of your willpower, and also an arcade also has willpower going anyway. So, in other words, you'll cushion it. Any damage that is left over that you would be taking, which there isn't any, would then go to an arcade, which he would then take away and then half anyway. Hence why I said there's no point in the calculation.
Does Anake sense any?
He does sense. He does sense the creature. The creature, it seems, is now in the apartment itself.
I could just spend the action to jump back.
Yeah, you can wait to get back and then try and jump back. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
I mean, that might break the apartment, but
Doesn't matter at this point.
alright, okay.
So you land back down. Roll labor.
Okay.
Do a flip!
34.
Nice. And Anake, second verse, same as the first.
Okay.
Imagine if you
Must
did
have been
have
that
to roll
20 to
higher
stay
than me.
No, I got an natural 1.
As soon as he lands down and spins, you just go, okay, but be careful of the apartment. As your arms just slip back, as he just jumps off and out of your arms, as you sort of fall backwards for a second there. Can you roll me an acrobatics, please?
I mean, I will remind you I have passive flight, but okay.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, you would have fallen over, but passive flight.
Do I need to roll damage to the building as I land, or?
I need to roll a d100 to see whether or not you actually do damage to the building.
Because this building has already taken a fireball.
No, so you land, and what you do is, when you jump towards it, you do, sort of a dexterity, sort of like trying to sort of swim your arms as you're sort of coming in for the landing, and attempt to sort of, grab onto a chunk of the building before, out around the entrance where the fireball hit, so that then you sort of cushion, or at least slow the momentum down. You don't necessarily land softly, but you do break into the building without shattering it any further. You are now back into the living room.
Hey, Felix! Where's boss?
Back there.
Okay, it is now your turn.
Well, first, Felix,
First
you
I
get
get-
healed again.
Yep. How much do I get healed? Is it still the 40 something? Or?
39 this time.
You are now fully healed, Felix.
Yep. Yes, I am.
Yep.
You're still getting shot by those things.
Pew 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 pew.
Imagine if when I had jumped back in, I landed on top of the entity.
Well, you know you could have.
I could have,
Alright.
but I don't think Joe's going to allow that at the moment.
First of all, I guess I'm gonna activate Predictive Instinct.
Okay.
Yeah, so if anything gets below a 26, I can passively.
Automatically
Oh,
dodge it, yeah.
Yeah, etc., etc. Then, at this psychic entity with Swartle, I'm gonna try and do like a pinpoint blast at it.
Okay.
28.
Ooh.
Okay, can you roll me damage, please?
Okay. Willpower as well?
Yes, yeah. What was your roll? What was your roll for the ultimate form again?
33.
Okay. Just needed to know.
64.
Yay! Is there a zoo lane at the back of that?
Boo. Okay. So what happens is you fire this shot off, and you seem to have hit something. Now, I want to point out I'm actually going to be showing the rest of this perspective for you two. You're like, okay, where's Boss? I think he's down there. As a sudden beam, a perfect beam just goes through the building's floor, going through that and into a wall, perfectly just missing both of you. Over Ferb's right shoulder and past Felix's left eye. It just goes zooming through. But Anarche, you know that you've definitely hit something.
That was a little too close for comfort.
Do we see where it actually fully hit?
You don't see anything, it's just a beam.
Well, like, what I was saying is, do we see where the beam stopped?
Oh yeah, it hits through a wall. Like, it just keeps going through a wall, basically. And then it finally stops.
I've had some close shots before, but I don't think that could get any more closer without taking my head off.
We should probably follow that.
Yeah.
So Anarche, once you've done that, you sort of like, you realise that you've definitely hit something. As you suddenly, again, feel another presence, sort of like, just a little bit off to the side of you, but they haven't tried to go in behind you. The presence themselves is Hariel, as she still has her hands clasped around each other. You're impressive, Anarche. I never would have thought that someone like yourself would have actually turned against the Grand Council, but you're not from this world, are you?
No, I'm not.
That's a shame. Someone of your astute capabilities could actually be useful to us. Nevertheless, I'm trying to think. What was the name of it again? Right, Biotech Labs. You let that place be destroyed. Oh. Or was it... You couldn't stop Simakael from destroying it?
No, I was just too lax. I gave him a little bit too less credit. Well, or should I say, I didn't realize he had a sword that did all the heavy lifting for him.
You're taunting as much as you wish, but to be honest, you and I both know that you have only gained greater strength because of that weapon that you're so much taunting us for, even wielding it.
Really? Because I believe I've only used it once.
Actually, I know that you've used it 3 times.
Ooh, you're a fan of mine.
Something of that. I have to keep some level of my information on my targets as updated as possible. Taking down Felix is one of our objectives, but taking you down is our main. And the fact that you are able to take down the second born of the Soul family is no easy feat. So of course the higher-ups are getting rather concerned.
Well, as they should be.
We thought that you'd be this confident, but to be honest, I'm only here to keep you preoccupied. After all, the rest of your team are practically useless without you, correct?
Oh, is that what you think?
Well, I guess none of us can always be so sensible about it.
No, I guess not. I just feel sorry for if you've sent anyone after them, really, but... Oh well. I knew this was going to happen sooner or later.
Of course. It's only a matter of time before someone with a band wants to track you down, and it just so happens that a certain person has. I've been asked to help them as far as I can. So, let's go on a little journey. As you sense again the surge of energy in her body, as you then feel that something around you isn't quite right. Suddenly, you are no longer in the same location, and instead, you are on the top of a mountain, all alone. We now come back to the rest of the party, as you are practically sort of like wandering around, sort of wondering what's going on, as suddenly around you, you feel a great deal of strange heat sort of emanating around you. As I'm gonna say, both of you roll me a perception with disadvantage.
But we're in a city.
Oh, never mind. Roll it with disadvantage.
Yeah. Alright. 2.
Okay.
I got a 12.
Okay. Felix, you won't be able to react to this. Ferb, you sense something was wrong because Felix suddenly gets punched in the face, or at least it looks like that, because suddenly his face bends as he just gets flung to the other side of the room, slammed into the wall, and suddenly you feel like something is coming towards you, but you're not entirely sure. So, what do you try and attempt?
I will ask, is Spirit Voltage enacted with that, or... You specified punched, but it implies...
It looks like you got punched. You can still roll it. I won't say whether or not it is or isn't useless, but yes, you can still roll it.
Let's see, what's the dice?
It's 2d12s.
Again?
It's 2d12s or 46s. Yeah.
2d12 is fine. 10.
So I have no idea where it's coming from?
No.
Presumably the opposite direction that I got punched from. Like,
presumably from the direction in which that Felix originally was.
Yeah. Did I take any damage from that?
I'm waiting.
Okay. Alright. I just thought I'd ask.
No, that's fine.
I'm going to... What the... Damn! I can't see where it's coming from, and it's...
If only we had a bag of flour.
Should I just say that you are too flabbergasted and you will take a hit nonetheless?
Alright, how close am I to the open window? Open wall?
You're going to... What, sorry?
How close am I to the open wall that has been exploded?
About like 5 meters away. Actually, no, not even that. About like 2-3 meters away.
Without using an action, can I see if the bottom floor is still there? You know.
Not in this short period of time, no. You cannot determine that.
Okay, I'm activating Dance Monkey.
Okay.
I'm rolling intimidation.
Okay. Again, whatever you're rolling for this, both or all will be disadvantage.
Okay. I'm rolling the intimidation first. No, not a D30.
Wait, do you have plus 10 to intimidation?
Why am I rolling plus 10? No, I do not. Please get rid of those rolls.
Yeah, but Kane, if you could delete them. Cheers.
I'm so used to most of my rolls being higher. So +3 it should be.
Okay, those are better rolls, but I'll see the second one before we make that judgment.
Okay, that's both intimidation rolls. So
okay, those are good.
That's a 17, and now I must roll SP, MA. You could say I was rolling the SP first. Okay, so what was it? 17 and 20. So both beat the roll I require because it's 10 intimidation and +15.
Awesome. As you go to do that, you go, "Dance," but immediately punched in the face as you are launched out of the room, and you are now falling 15 meters down, which you cannot react.
Can I react?
As both of you, I now need to do this just to be 100% sure on the damage of this. So give me a second.
I should have just attempted to jump out the window and transform. But I didn't want to go the way of cloak. Not cloak. Wait. Is it? Cover,
yeah. So that's 3 stories up, which means that's 3d6s damage. So in sum total, you actually take 68 points of damage, Ferb, and Felix, you take 61 points of damage.
Was I knocked off the building?
You were not knocked off of the building. You were slammed into, you were punched and slammed into a wall.
Okay.
This does not break your vitality, however,
Ferb,
the first hit itself, I just now have to have a look, just to see. The first hit that you took, which was 55, does not, and the full damage is a secondary hit, which means that it does not break your vitality.
Okay, so in total, how much damage did I take?
You have taken a sum total of 68. It's just that the first one was 55, the second one was 13.
Okay, I don't have to roll.
No. But you are now prone on the ground, and Felix, your left cheek on your face it hurts. It actually really hurts. There's nothing resisting this attack. It actually feels almost as if it burns a bit. As this is happening to you. As Ferb, we now come down to you with this. It is now your turn. You are prone, but it's up to you if you want to use an action or if you want to try to roll dexterity to try and get up. If you succeed a specific roll requirement, you will get up and you won't lose your actions. If you fail, you will get up, but you will lose your first action of this turn.
Am I able to use my abilities while I'm down?
You can, although depending on those abilities will depend on what kind of allowance you get.
Okay. Am I face forward in the dirt, or am I on my back?
You're on your back, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to activate Flying Dreadnought.
Okay.
So, since I currently have no hands, a small, cord will appear on Ferb's left shoulder, and he will try and pull it with his teeth.
Okay.
It succeeds. My legs now fuse into a dual chain gun, and I start floating upwards using the momentum.
Nice. As you do so, you begin seeing that there's a person on the ground who is stood not too far from you. Actually, they were very close to you. This individual is a male individual wearing a white, a white short sleeve sort of coat. They seem to have a katana on their back. And they have sort of short, brown, messy hair. This individual looks incredibly serious as he's sort of staring at you. you can't necessarily sense any particular premonitions from this individual about like what he's here for, what he's doing, but you can pretty much gather that this is the individual who the other individual who Anarche saw.
I open fire.
Okay.
Is that enough for tri-wheel?
That's enough for dual wield, because 25 is tri-wield.
Ah, okay, so bring up both arms and attempt to fire.
Okay. Yeah, roll for the second one.
The second what? Shot? The damage?
Yeah, the second shot, yeah.
Okay.
Wow, okay, nice. Okay, roll the BPAs, so the two separate D4s and the plus ones. Okay, so that's three shots from one.
And 4 shots from the other. 7
in total. Roll damage. Also, just as a reminder, I don't believe that you used your your master's skill to do this. And again, spirit control stops working after the first turn. So although you will be doing your sonic and your physical, you will not be doing your spirit damage.
Hold on, let me quickly check.
Unless if the legs one was the activation for that. Is the Dreadnought one?
Yes,
is the Dreadnought...
Flying Dreadnought has spirit control built in.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Yep.
So
what does it have inside of it? So it has Dreadnought. So Dreadnought has the
Flying
dual
Dreadnought
chain gun.
is dual chain gun for the legs.
Yeah.
The usage style for leg hover.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit control, and then I can also transform another body part with limb transformation.
Okay.
But since all 3 are already transformed, I don't have any more limbs.
Yeah, which is fine. Yeah. And there's no other abilities attached to that, is there?
Nope.
Okay.
I actually don't have spirit damage down. What would that be for?
It's just an additional 2d12. So basically, you can roll with a plus another 2d12s. You can't say plus 4d12s because when I'm looking at the calculations, I need to see each of the separate ones.
Alright.
So it'll be the 2d10s plus 10 plus 11 plus 2d12s plus 2d12s. It's annoying, but it's only so that I can then see which part of each part of the damage that he's taking, whether he has a resistance or no resistance. It's just so that I can then see it.
Right, so all my damage combined, it should be this then?
Okay, nice. And then we're timesing that by 7.
Oh, four ones! Since the change to the BPA has given me 2 damage ups.
Nice. So that should be, thanks to the multiplication, 294. As you open fire on this dude, he does indeed get hit by all of these bullets, completely riddling him for a few seconds. As all of these bullets keep passing into him, keep damaging him, and it's finally over, he sort of like staggers for a second, as suddenly then you feel that this really weird sensation as your entire body begins to be riddled with damage. As this happens, you take 147 points of damage.
That's literally all my health except 1.
I want to point out this does not break your vitality, despite the fact that it should. However, because of this, let me have a look. So you had 68. Although I actually have to have a look at that 68. Okay, so that 68 is actually supposed to be 34, because I forgot something. So it's actually 34 plus 147. Which now puts you on 181 points of damage. As your body begins to feel like as if it's been riddled with an intense amount of damage. As the guy sort of staggers for a second, looks up, and then just sort of... He just goes... They told me you were crazy. But I didn't think that you were that crazy. Do you kind of get what situation you're in yet, kid?
Is that a little bit of blood I see coming from you?
Please, don't flatter yourself. He then sort of wipes his sort of forehead. He looks up at you, and he's sort of like, again, he's sort of huffing and puffing in the same way that you are. But you can sort of almost see that he's still just as nonchalant as he was before he got hit by this. Although he does then say, before it's the end of your turn, it seems that though you are indeed a monster. As we now come to Felix. Felix, you were punched into a wall, but you're not prone. You are on your feet, and it seems as though you are pretty much alone in this apartment building.
Alright. I assume... Just to be safe, because, alright. I guess we'll get this over with. And I will activate my new overdrive. So that I will have passive acceptance.
Okay, nice.
D4 only is going to be for one turn.
You sort of bulk up as the entirety of your skin sort of begins to glow red for a second, as then sort of it goes back to normal. As you start feeling like an intense heat around all of the ounces of the outside layers of your skin, as you sort of feel like this strange pressure around you.
And not knowing where they are, I am going to still do a Sonic Strike combo.
Just sort of punching around the house.
Yeah, essentially. I'm just gonna, because this is gonna be a rec room.
Okay. roll me any and all of your attacks. I'm gonna say
It'll be a total 3 attacks.
All 3 of them are going to be at disadvantage. Every time that you get the roll requirement necessary, which you always will, just keep rolling. And then after you've done all of your combos, we'll then talk about what happens for each of them.
Okay. So you said disadvantage for all of them?
Disadvantage for all of them, yes.
Okay, so I'm just gonna...
So 20, 20, 21.
Yeah.
Okay. You first throw a punch, and you sort of punch into the wall as the wall just sort of breaks and explodes from your sheer fist. You then go to punch again, just at another wall, hitting the TV, just breaking it up, and then throw another punch just randomly out in the air. As you keep throwing these punches, you're not hitting anything. But you are indeed throwing punches just randomly, aura-ing everywhere. As it comes to the end of your turn, you're sort of still looking around, darting your eyes like, okay, if they try anything, I've got this. As we now come back over to Anarche. Obviously, Showering Light is still inactive, in activation, so you are then healed again, if I'm not incorrect.
Yes, it will be, because it was 4. So
it was 4,
yeah.
okay. So it's this one, and then it's one
next.
last turn,
Yeah.
afterwards. Yeah. So roll for the heals.
I also forgot, Joe. I've been an idiot. I'm in my master state, so I have 1.5 energy.
That's actually true. Has anyone else got any abilities that I should probably be aware of? Like, for instance, I know what your passives are for almost all of them, except from probably everything to do with... what's it called? Because we did this before, and we realised that you had Spirit Voltage for Fatigue Force Felix. What are all of the abilities that are attached to Fatigue Force Felix?
Let me...
And whilst that's going on, Anarche, roll for the heals.
Yeah, I was just figuring out what 1.5 was. Sorry.
Okay.
Gotta find Fatigue Force Felix first.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nice. You fully heal him.
It's got Spirit Voltage, Willpower Extent, which
That's for the gauntlets. Yep.
that's for the gauntlets. I believe Vice Empowerment.
Yep.
And I believe that is it.
So you've got Spirit Voltage.
Or no, it's also got Denial.
Oh, Spirit Voltage, Denial, Imbue,
Willpower Extend.
Willpower Extend, sorry, and Vice Empowerment. There's nothing else that I should be aware of.
No, nothing else in that. No.
Okay. Because I think the way that we worked it around is the reason as to why Spirit Voltage continues to work. That's the additional damage that you're doing. Oh, actually, I'm pretty sure there's more because whilst you're in this, you also have the willpower resistance for willpower armament.
Yeah, that's right. It was on the sheets listed like it's got a different set of paper-looking things. My brain is like, oh, that's the end of the page.
Oh no.
Yeah. So yeah, no, also willpower armament.
Okay. Just because it's not that I don't believe you, but I'm gonna have to check anyway, just in case.
It's there. It's.
Okay, so
I can screenshot and like. There's just like a little page divider thing, so my brain was like, "Oh, that's the end of the page." But you're right, yeah.
Yeah, okay, it's willpower armament. Yep, is the last one. Yeah, okay. I just needed to make sure because I didn't want to have a similar situation. It was like, oh, by the way, I have this ability. I'm like, well, that would have been nice to know. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah. So you're healed. By the way, you're fully healed. By the way, the damage as soon as those light beams hit you, you are then fully revitalized from the damage that you took.
Was there any collateral with the punches? Obviously, you didn't have me roll actual damage.
I would just want to point out this room is completely busted. From each of your punches, the building is looking less and less stable every second as it now comes to the end of your turn.
I do want to just like, could I roll them as like example like how much damage? Well, I like seeing the big numbers.
All right, you get to roll the big numbers. Whilst that's going on, Anarche, we now come back to you. The healing is continued, but you are now atop this large mountain, and you are alone.
And this isn't adding the things of a elemental from the gauntlets, I don't think.
Oh, actually, I completely forgot. Yeah, so it would be, let's say, for instance, it's right, left, right. So the first one is, let's cancel the first one's one, but the last two, one is going to be on your left gauntlet, the other one's going to be on your right gauntlet. So, in other words, add the stuff from the 2d5, the 5d10s, and the D10 and the D8, add those together, and both of those will be in left gauntlet and right gauntlet, so that you have your two separate additional modifiers to go.
Okay, let me add the D10 plus the D8 ones from.
So the D10 plus the D8 and the 5d10s. So you're not dealing with any of the modifiers, and you're not dealing with the 2d12s. And whilst that's going on, I'm just going to say, Anarche, yes, you're atop this mountain. You are all alone.
All alone. There's no one else there.
There is no one else there, including the individual who seemingly teleported you there.
Oh, that's just fucking rude, really. Well, I'll reactivate instinctive, predictive instinct.
God, my brain is math is hard.
It is. It's only 18 this time.
Okay.
I haven't taken any damage, have I? So
You have not as of yet.
you know, I'm sure this won't work, but I'll try it. I'll try and teleport back into the apartment.
Okay.
I'll make a wall beneath me, so I just like drop in.
So, God, I am terrible at math, especially because I keep forgetting the full combination of what.
By the way, just so I mean, use a get a calculator, I guess.
I have one out, and I'm still.
Don't be too proud. Yeah, sorry, Anarche, for your predictive instinct, does it?
Yes.
You don't even know what I'm going to ask you.
But the answer's yes, but no, go on.
Action economy. Since that it's the second
It's a
time of the-
bonus.
Okay, it's a bonus as long as you don't fail it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you portal, and you drop through as you are now in the living room. Just after Felix has just finished punching into a wall, blowing it apart.
Are you still trying to fight the psychic thing?
As you sense it right behind you, Anarche.
Felix, you know you have willpower sense, right? You know you can just sense it through that.
Do I have willpower sense?
You are a master of both mind and body, as well as
Look,
spirits.
I have so much stuff, okay?
It's so hard for you.
My sheet's a mess, okay?
It's understandable. I get it.
I'm also trying to calculate stuff.
I thought I'd tell you in game, sarcastically.
I was. This is another reason why that they would. But okay, just spoiler alert. This is the reason as to why that I got rid of Anarche out of this situation, because I knew that Kane would have figured it out pretty damn quickly, but I also knew that Anarche would have figured it out pretty damn quickly. So it was that thing of, as long as I get rid of him fast enough, they will at least have a few turns without Anarche's guidance. Anyway, yeah, so you sense this thing behind you. It doesn't seem as though it is damaged any further since you shot it, but also it doesn't seem damaged anymore.
Oh, interesting. Well, let's see if it survives this then, as I'm going to attack it with my sword, doing the usage style.
Okay.
Yes, and come on. Oh, okay. Well, 19. I will be surprised.
I will say the only downside to this is that I don't get the advantage that I've been getting with the others.
No.
Aha, not that I need it. So you try and, go to slash towards this thing, and it just disappears yet again. As it seems to have teleported around about 60 meters behind you guys, again floating about 60 meters away from the open hole in the wall. As it is now the end of your turn, Anarche, it now comes back round to these guys.
Yep.
Where would that thing be? Just the ability?
Instinctive willpower,
Undermined.
instinct, something like that.
Because I'm not immediately saying it in mind, so I'm...
Okay, so...
I got so used to having with Fletcher having it built into his secondary transformation.
So the next thing that happens is pretty much this guy who's standing in front of you. He sort of just looks at you just for a second as he's noticing that you're sort of floating, and he just goes, we don't actually really need to fight you. We only heard a little bit about you before, so technically we don't even have to fight. You could just go away and this will all be simple.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Oh.
I'm under the employment of Anarche, so you're targeting him. You're in my way.
Cool. You do realize that I'm not telling you to leave for the sake of my benefit, right?
No.
Because I don't need to kill you. I'm trying to give you the opportunity to live. Will you stand down?
Can I roll a intelligence check?
Sure. What's the intelligence check trying to defer?
Whether backing down is actually an option that Verb would ever willingly choose. A failure would mean, like, no. That's not an option.
Okay. I mean, what's your vice, real quick, actually?
My vice is bloodlust.
I'm going to say roll disadvantage on this intelligence check.
That's
or
even better.
Disadvantage on willpower. It's up to you, really. It doesn't really matter at this point.
I'm going to go with intelligence
Okay.
for reasons.
I mean, you did also ask intelligence, so that's fair.
-3, so that's 10.
You know that it is an okay argument, but two things. First of all, you still have a band, so you're going to be hunted by people anyway. And second of all, you don't really care. You already knew the risks when you signed up. You even said to Anarchy you knew the risk. So it doesn't matter if you die, or at the very least, you don't care right now currently if you die. You are too enticed by the concept of combat that you want to continue fighting.
Yeah. No. I'd rather keep shooting you in the face. So
Okay.
stop talking and start doing shit. You're boring me.
Yeah, for some reason I'm not finding it in my sheet.
Oh shoot, do you not have it?
I might not have it,
Oh.
or I might have just forgotten to add it at some point. I don't know.
No! Oh, well,
No,
if it's not there, it's not viable as of right now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so, first of all, this guy is going to just go... And go... Well, he pretty much just pulls out his katana and just sort of unsheaths it, and he pretty much just looks at you like, dumb, as he shakes his head, sort of points the weapon towards him and just goes, I will warn you, there is nothing that you can currently do to me that I cannot do to you. As
And
he pretty much infuses his weapon with some kind of energy and goes for a flying blade attack.
let's see. I will. What was that skill again? I have it around here somewhere. Oh yeah, warning shot.
Okay.
Activate warning shot.
That's the defensive style, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Roll.
34.
Nice, nice.
If it's 5 above, it will counter.
If it's not, but if it's not, it stops his attack, isn't it? It just stops it. Okay. He goes for a slashing attack, and you sort of fire. He does do a flying blade attack, and it just goes straight over your head. This big green energy wave just sort of goes straight over your head as he sort of notices that you fire a shot. I'm going to say that you only fire one shot, so that is still one bullet gone, but it did still knock him off of balance because he thought that you were going to actually shoot him. And that is the end of this guy's turn. However, Anarche, you sense from behind you, since again you still haven't pivoted around, giant fireball is being made by this creature again, but this time something slightly different from this attack from the last one, as at first you think that it's a fireball, but instead it is a giant orb of energy that is fired directly towards you guys. I want to point out, Felix, you can now see the giant energy blast that is coming towards you.
Okay.
Ooh, pretty.
Pretty. So I'm assuming we have like one action each.
Well, it's reaction, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
He's too far for like a reactive strike.
Yes, and also, I mean, you couldn't see it even if you tried, but yes, they are 60 meters away from you.
You can block.
You can indeed block.
Yeah, though it is energy, which is something I don't have resistance to.
You're gonna get healed anyway.
Also true.
I'm also you're you're already in front of me, so I couldn't block to protect you.
Yeah, true.
That's
So
also true.
there's
Unless.
Shade.
unless you just get behind me.
I was just thinking of just use my portal ability just to put you in front of me so you take the hit instead, but I won't.
Wow.
Shumbalus!
I could probably just do evasion then.
Understandable. I'm just going to try and counter it with my own.
Okay, go for it, both of you. Nice.
Oof.
Not so nice.
I tripped.
What?
Oh,
As, by the way, you see this giant energy blast going towards the building as it hits into the building where your friends are currently at, or at least more specifically, where your friend was currently at, because you didn't know Anarche was there. As it does so, both of you are getting hit by this.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
This is still technically within the turn of the reactive, the acceptance thing.
Yes, but it is not within the melee range, so sadly, you will still take damage. Both of you take 71 points of damage.
It doesn't get halved.
It
Ouchie.
does not. Oh, actually, hang on a sec. It does not. I had to
And
make.
it doesn't actually count as energy, does it?
Not for you.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I thought.
And also, not for you.
Well, I still don't have to roll, so it's fine.
That does not break your vitality, Mr. Fatigue, and it also does not break your vitality, Mr. A.
I will ask, given that I rolled a
Oh,
nat
hang on,
one-
Joe. I should have gone advantage because I had.
I mean, too
Shall I
late
just-
now.
Oh, I see how it is. All right, okay.
Yes. Once
I
I've rolled
have
the
to-
damage.
I have to ask, since I rolled a nat 1 on evasion, am I prone?
You are indeed prone. As
Okay.
this huge blast does hit you. However, I want to point out the building is beginning to crack and falter as now, after you sort of just been hit by that, Anarche, you're still standing, but just barely, as suddenly the both of you feel a horrible noise of cracking and suddenly creening as it feels as though the floor beneath you is giving way and losing its stability. As it goes down, drops maybe about 2 meters and goes on a slant. Felix, you may very well slide downwards if this begins to go any further down. This building is coming down, or at least this part of the apartment is going to fall apart. As it is now the turn of our mighty hero, Ferb.
I ain't no protagonist. I'm just the gun for hire.
Sounds like a protagonist to me.
That does sound like a protagonist, actually.
Shit. I'm I'm Cloud, except with weapons.
Okay, so, I mean, the fact that you didn't pick, I can't remember his name, the guy with the minigun arm, the fact that you didn't pick him is actually beyond my comprehension.
Oh, Barrett?
Yeah, Barrett, that's it.
Well, Bart's not a gun for hire, he's a freedom fighter.
No, but he has... No, never mind. Go on.
Alright. Well, you seem to still have a fear of death. I wasn't even directly aiming at you, and you completely changed your directory.
Fear of death and fear of pain are two completely different things. Besides, even if I was to fear death, it's a little bit more of a survival instinct kicking back in. Despite that, you still seem to be confident that you're going to win this bout.
It doesn't really matter if I win or lose. If I take you with me, it's just a bonus on the paycheck.
So what's your plan? You have 2 actions.
I am going to... Alright, usage styles take up both turns.
No, they
correct?
do not. No, they just take up 1 action in your 2-action
Ooh.
turn. Unless
Okay.
if that particular said usage style is used as an attack.
And in that case, it does take up 2 turns.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. In which case, I will activate Gun Fuse to slam both my arms together
Okay.
into one big minigun. That succeeds. Yep, it's a 15.
Okay.
And then once again, I will attempt to fire, but this time doing dual fire since I only have 2 weapons.
Okay, go for it.
Yep.
And then the next one.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
What
Nice.
does that mean? Ugh.
Okay, so you go to fire your shots.
Mm-hmm.
As you're about to so you slam your arms together as he looks at you with like a single nonchalant then raised eyebrow as you slam them together and begin sort of going, all right, ready to open fire, as they begin turning the one in your head and the dual one in now your arm that is now your one omni arm, as you begin spinning them and readying them to fire. As they're about to fire, you then see 2 slashes just go through you of pure green energy as they both hit you, dealing... I just have to make sure that I've got this correct. Oh dear. There we go. Oh, actually, what damage does that actually do? I have to have a look at the weapon again, because I think there's a bonus. Oh, there is a bonus. It's not a big bonus, but it's a bonus nonetheless. Okay, right. You get hit twice.
Not that it's really don't matter, considering my current HP.
No, you're true. That is true. Nice, 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 nice. You take 37 points of damage in total.
Oof. Well,
I'm having to calculate so many things. There we go. I've got so many notes up. Okay, so that you take, so if I'm correct, you're on 181 and you took 47.
I took 47. Ouch.
Which puts you up to 228, which is now...
I'm out.
Yep, you are forced unconscious. As you do so...
I crashed the ground.
As you get hit in the face and hit in the stomach with the slices, your arms begin to de-transform, as do your legs and head, as you then slam to the ground on top of a car that was parked, and you suddenly, just before you hit the ground, you notice that like the guy who hit you sort of staggers for a second, holding himself with his other hand as you go slam to the ground, and you then lose consciousness. As it is now the turn of Felix.
I do have a question. Obviously, I don't have instinctive will, it seems, going from my sheet.
Which is actually kind of perplexing.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't remember if it was adding and I forgot to add it, or if it's just not something we didn't ever think to add.
It might very well be something that you never added, considering I think there might have been a conjecture at one point during the time that you fought Kokabiel, and that like it was like, oh, I can roll to sense things, and you were like, yeah, good for you, I can't. I'm just
Yeah.
That was so long ago.
I was gonna say, with I do have like trade person, I think, in each of the willpower. Would that help me with like perception of like sensing them at all?
sadly not.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, you only have 3 abilities.
That's the mind. So I.
Well, you know what? After this, it looks like you're awakening a lot of stuff if you don't end up dying.
Yeah, if I don't end up dying. Alright. I am prone. So either I have to make a roll and possibly lose a turn, or do a turn to get up?
Yeah, so you either lose a roll, and that's your thing, or you can roll dexterity, and if you succeed, then you won't lose a turn.
Do I get to know what I have to like? What's the?
I'm gonna be mean and say no. You're not allowed to know until you roll it.
Is it just a regular base roll, not disadvantage?
It's not disadvantage. I'll at least say that. Yeah.
Okay.
I will point this out. In certain situations, it would be a disadvantage, but you also have super dexterity. So
I will try the roll in this
fair
scenario.
enough. I want to point out I have to do a lot to super dex users to put you at a disadvantage.
Yeah, 17.
Yes, you get up, and you get up without sacrificing one of your turns. By the way, your strenuous form now ends.
Yep. The strenuous. So the overdrive.
The overdrive, yeah.
I was like, the strenuous form. Which strenuous form?
What are you talking about, Jack?
Yeah. Which means I can't use that for like an hour, but that's fine. It wasn't being particularly useful.
By the way, Anarche, you notice a level of intensity that was warped around Felix disappear. He's still just as powerful as ever, but there's a certain intensity to his energy that is no longer there.
Mm.
Knowing where, could I say that possibly like give an action to Anake as one of my actions?
Yes, you absolutely can. You can do cooperative. You can do. I think it's cooperative action, where you can grant someone else an action, but you lose an action in doing so.
Okay, I will grant Anake an action. You can do it with it what you will, but I would maybe advise either like grabbing him since he's behind you, or like trying to.
What does Felix say to Anake?
Hold him down.
Alright, I guess I'll give it a go. I'll essentially using energy try and bind this thing.
Okay. Roll for it.
Command dice. 22.
You try to bind it up with some energy as you create some around it, as it sort of looks around sort of very frantically, and as you sort of clasp the energy around, you notice that something isn't quite right, because there's nothing inside of that energy, as it has disappeared again, and this time it is reappeared slightly lower.
Slightly lower, as in like it just appeared under the binding?
Essentially. Yeah.
Relatively, yeah. About 10 meters below, so it's about 5 meters off the ground now.
I mean, alright, well I don't see that, so...
No, but you do see a giant energy sort of like wrap around something and clasp into something, and nothing else happens. It's up to Anarche to decide whether or not he tells you
I will say, I missed it, but it's about 5 feet off the ground over there, so...
I mean, are you pointing like right below the binds?
Pretty much, yeah.
So, I assume All Father's Wrath, that takes an action to do, and that's to activate, right?
Yeah, also, even, I want to point out, this thing is 60 meters away from you. That's double your move speed. Even if you moved your entire move speed, you would then lose your action to move your entire rest of your move speed to get to it. So you,
Okay,
since you only have that, that does sort of lower your options now.
Where I gotta go for my abilities.
There is also the guy downstairs as well.
He's 3 stories down, and
He's actually further away, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, okay, actually, no, he's not further away. I just realised. He's about 30 meters away from you, so he's actually closer. Yes. And by the way, you have also sensed that Ferb is now knocked unconscious, and this guy seems to have a massive amount of life force.
Mm.
I'm trying to think. Is it overflow that I have that allows me to like imbue willpower into like a?
Do you have the ability imbue?
Let me control F.
I need to stretch my legs for a sec.
Spirit Fist. Let me. I don't know if I do or not. Just scrolling through. But I do have an ability called Overflow. Let me.
So the way that Overflow works is any time that you wield a willpower technique and you roll it for willpower before you activate it, not SP, but actually roll willpower for it, you then can do an additional amount of damage with any of your willpower techniques. The only reason that this has never come up is because whenever I ask you to roll willpower for your transformation, it's actually not willpower that we're looking at, it's actually you're rolling your SP. The level of whatever you roll, because it's an SP transformation, that's what your willpower strength is also. So that's the one downside of putting abilities aside, because Overflow cannot activate unless if a willpower roll has been made. So it's a good ability, but it isn't the thing that allows you to infuse objects with will.
I'm trying to find, because I feel like I had something.
Did you say F, like Control F, and see if you can find it? And
Yeah, that's why I tried. Didn't see anything. Because I remember having multiple conversations, imbuing like a big rock to throw at people.
I think you actually said something about like, yeah, you might like that, but I don't think we ever got to you actually getting it.
I don't think you have it because you couldn't harm the mineral guy.
That's true, yes. No, of course you don't have it, because you couldn't hurt the Mineral Samurai. But instead you just eventually did enough damage to harm him through
But
the
you
armor
just took
regardless.
his helmet off, yeah.
And you also tore his head off, taking his head off anyway, so yeah. Yeah, yeah. I forgot about that. Okay, so Extent, Spirit Fist, Spirit Voltage, Trade Person, aka Make Do, As Your Claw, All Father's Wrath. And then that's it. Willpower of the Path of the Body is the next one.
Okay.
You also have Overflow.
Yeah.
I think it's best for you to either give your next action to an Arche or ready up, or even like travel, because setting up for the next action is probably your best.
Yeah.
Whether it's letting someone else set up for you or whether it's you setting up, it's better than nothing. Because I mean, obviously, if you trade your turn for now, you're probably going to regret it later.
Isn't the building coming down?
The building is starting to come down, but it needs to something. I will say this: I got a mid enough severity where something's happening, but it's not urgently happening.
Doing defensive daddy wouldn't really matter in terms of fighting this guy, I imagine.
I can neither confirm nor deny this.
I will just say yeah, it won't.
Yeah. So there's no point in doing that. I guess I'll take one look at it, and Aki's like, you got this?
Well, Third's just down. So, how about this? I'll deal with the psychic monster thing, and you deal with the person near Third.
Alright. I will use my movement to jump down.
Okay.
And I shouldn't have to worry about damage, because,
No. So you jump down and begin getting close enough to him. You run out of movement before the end of it, so that sort of ends your part of the turn. Anyway, but it is now Anarche's turn, and
I do still have an action.
yes, you do. But jumping down was the action.
Was jumping down the action? I thought that was my move. Alright. Alright.
Well,
I will say you are now.
You get healed.
Yeah, I was also going to say you are now close enough to this guy for the next turn. Anyway, it's like everything's been set up. It's just you've had to use all of your movement and actions to get to him.
Well, you're back up to max.
Yep.
You are indeed. I completely forgot that you took damage. I was like, what are you talking about? And I just realised you had 71 damage, 72. You keep overfilling by about like 1 or 2 points. Not that it matters, by the way, considering the amount of XP that you have. You could basically give you could give all of this XP.
I haven't been counting, so I'm not gonna bother.
You could give all of this XP to a level 0 character, and they would immediately be at 20 milestones.
Right. I'm going to first bonus action activate Predictive Instinct.
Fair enough. Let's see if you can get high enough. Of course,
yes,
you do.
because it only needs to be a 10. Yeah.
I'm just waiting for an actual 1, Kane.
Yeah, I know.
Let me have my moment. Anyway, yeah, so what's the next thing?
That D20
and then
for luck meant
I'm
nothing.
going to do Showering Light again, however, I'm going to include Ferb and Felix in it this time.
Okay. Wait, hang on a second. Isn't there a draw? Oh, wait, no, you can only make one at a time, and obviously...
I can only make one at a time, and now it's gone,
Yeah,
so...
yeah. I didn't know if there was a cooldown, I just remembered. No, there was not.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so it's just for this turn.
You'll be healing
However-
both Felix and Ferb. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm already at full, so...
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter to you. I was hoping this would go for multiple terms. It doesn't matter
no.
for you, it's more for Ferb in this instance.
Okay. This also
For
counts...
pizza assistance.
This also counts as healing, by the way, so that will end
Yeah,
your
so it
turn.
ends my turn. Yeah.
But you... Nice.
69.
Hey, nice.
Okay, let's see. So you're at 228 minus the 69. You are now down to 159. However, we'll see if on your turn that's enough to get you back up. As that is the end of Anarche's turn, it is now the turn of the enemies. So, Anarche, this particular this psychic creature pretty much does the exact same thing again, sort of seeming to build up some energy and attempts to blast it off towards at you.
Alright, well, I will match again. I assume it beats a 17, so I will just roll with advantage.
Okay.
Come on, dice. Come on. Well, a 7 plus 15, so 20.
You definitely beat that.
Oh. Okay then.
Nice.
Woohoo!
And since that is blast versus blast, that will be you dealing damage.
Yes. And then I need to plus 46.
I will say, since that you did not state whether or not you were using your weapons, the weapons will not be counted.
Alright, I see how it is, yeah. Alright.
Yeah. However, obviously, your strenuous form is plenty enough, or your ultimate form
74.
is plenty enough. 74, nice. Okay, cool. Right, I shall now just have a look at something. Ooh, okay, interesting. Okay, so what it seems as though is that you might have actually caused some kind of injury to this thing as it blasts right through into this creature, as a chunk of it seems to be missing.
Well, that's good.
And when I mean a chunk, I mean the right side of it, as it is no longer a torso, it's now half of a torso. Its head is still remaining intact, but it no longer has a right arm or a right half of its torso, as it does look very badly injured. As that is the end of this thing's turn, it's now back down to the other guy. As I want to point out, he then turns to look at you, Felix. Again, you see the same thing, short brown hair, sort of like nonchalant face. Very badly damaged, but like, you know, full of bullet holes. But like white sort of short sleeve coat, holding a katana in his left hand. Mr. Fatigue, you do know that you do not need to be in this situation. You just had to stop. But since you killed and even stated all of that stuff against the higher-ups, they've put a bounty on your head. Also, you notice on his left arm, he has a golden band, which says 250 million points.
You specified gold? Wouldn't that make it a max?
No, 250 million.
Points.
No, his is 250 million.
Yeah, because he gains some of my points as well.
He will gain some, yeah, but he won't gain all of them. But we'll.
I mean, depends. You might gain all but one.
Actually, hang on a sec. I'll just roll. Just roll for
D4.
Yeah, roll for the D4.
75%.
Okay, tell me how much 75% of that is.
Alright, give me a minute. Need to get it up.
Whilst that's going on, yeah, he is pretty much just saying you don't need to be here, you didn't need to do this, you didn't need to kill Simakael, and then you had to make that speech. So now we're in this situation because of you, that you are going to fall at the hands of either himself or Eden itself due to the things that you have done. The higher-ups have a claim on both yours and Anake's heads. This is pretty much what he's saying.
Simakael killed my family, and while that might not mean it means a lot to me. I assume he's going in for an attack.
He just looks at you temporarily, like sort of like he's listening, and then he just like hits you with like that sort of face of like almost like a counselor, sort of like, you know, a furrowed brow, sort of like almost like cross-faced, sort of going and I'm listening to you. As when you finish that, he then says, and I understand that, but killing one of the seraphim, that is not something that we can easily forgive. Collateral damage happens all the time. You just needed to speak to us. We could have given you some kind of compensation. Roll me a nerve.
Compensation for a life?
Oof.
Okay. That's a hefty thing there. He's really pissing you off. You just straight up try to go in for an attack at him.
Okay.
It's up to you what attack you go for. However, I will say combos will not be added to this.
Well, then I might as well do Allfather's Wrath.
You won't be able to do Allfather's Wrath. It would only be
just
like
a regular.
Yeah, it's like you can do Sonic Strike or an attack, or, you know, like something like that. You wouldn't be able to do like a double action attack because you still need to do something for Allfather's Wrath.
Right, that's fair. But I am still bulked up.
You are indeed still bulked up. Whatever he said to you did not hit enough of a nerve for you to do this. I will just say, however, you will be rolling disadvantage.
That's fair. Technically, should I have rolled disadvantage on that nerve?
No.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask. Let's see, what could I...
Whilst we're doing this, Ferb, have you figured out the exact amount that you're giving over to me?
Nope, I'm still trying.
Okay. I think it's times 0.75, I think, which is then how much is left? Or how much is there, I guess you could say. So yeah, Felix, roll strength, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's just a regular spirit fist then.
Yeah, sure. Can be Sonic Strike if you want.
Yeah.
Nice, okay. So you go in towards him, like...
The 20, I use a disadvantage.
Mm-hmm. You emanating speed towards him, massively powerful strike, and suddenly it's almost as if, like, peacefully he slid his katana from your right side to all the way up to your left shoulder blade. Beautifully. As he does that... Oh my god, that's actually ridiculous. You are dealt...
I assume the 20 wasn't enough to actually hit.
No. And before you ask, no, you cannot roll just to see in case.
Yeah, no, I know. The 20 was to hit.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just having a look just to make sure.
Again, the D20 I rolled for luck did not do.
As I said, it burnt out all of your good luck.
Yeah.
61 points of damage.
61, okay.
Yep.
It doesn't break vitality or anything. I am still in my form, so I will, since that is a up close attack, won't he take a spirit voltage?
No. Since it is not his physical body touching you, and there's also something else to it. As when he slides it across, you feel your body sort of almost like the attack feels very weird. Yet again, that horrible feeling from when you got hit by that energy blast. It feels the same way when he sliced you, as you have been cut, not deeply enough to cause an injury of sorts, but it has actually cut into your body, and it really hurts. As he just looks at you and he goes, "Even though that you are indeed tall, powerful, strong, muscular, you still have a soul. And it's hurting. I can see that. And I do apologize for Simakael. His zealousness is one of the very reasons why he's not exactly popular. Or should I say, was not exactly popular. But still, I'm afraid killing him is something that we cannot abide. Please, do not feel ill will towards me. If it was my choice, I would not have let Simakael go." As it is now the turn of... Well, actually, Ferb, roll me a survival check.
Mm-hmm.
Survival.
Is that correct? Stat? Yes, it is. That is in game chat.
So I did take a hit. I will roll that D10. I've been rolling really low on those D10s. But that does put me back.
18!
You
that?
do get back up, but you are on. You are still with the amount of damage of. Let me have a look. 159.
What's the number that's missing?
The number of health that is missing.
Yes.
159 out of 216.
Well, I meant the number in between those two numbers.
You can figure the rest out. I've got 3 documents on the go.
Fair enough.
This is why I never get the adding up to the total amount of health you have. I feel like it's much easier just to minus.
That's what I do.
To some
But fair
degree.
enough.
To some degree, yeah, fair enough. Oh, right.
So I'm up.
You're up, and you now see that this guy's got his back turned towards you, and about 5 meters. He's 5 meters away, and then about a meter away from him, directly in front of him is Felix, who has just taken a slash to the front of his torso.
If only I had that coat on, if it wasn't destroyed before, it had slashing resistance.
I forgot about that. I mean, it doesn't matter now, but yeah, that is a
It's
shame.
gone, yeah, it was gone, but like...
I promise you I was not strategically trying to burn the coat beforehand. Or am I lying?
And that 61 was, like, minus any physical, right? Or did that not matter?
That did not matter, no.
Okay.
I guess, I'll activate Flying Dreadnought!
Roll for it.
I will ask, willpower doesn't matter against the, right? Like, the transformation willpower thing, because you didn't have me roll for that.
I mean, I will not say or spoil.
I'm just asking, because it does base off, like,
I will
how much
say, as a
damage I
player,
take.
in terms of resistance, it will definitely not mean anything. In terms of offensive, maybe.
That's metagaming, if it has any particular drastic effect.
I'm just saying, technically
is
it would
that
be
enough?
active, but...
Is
Yes,
that enough?
as long as it's not a natural 1, it succeeds,
Okay.
because of all of the things that go into it. It's a 10.
Okay. That activates.
So-
You are flying just off of the floor, so that's about 2 meters up, and that is the end of your turn. As we now come.
One arm transform.
Okay, so legs are not a one-arm transform. Felix, it is now your turn.
Okay. I guess I will activate Allfather's Wrath and go in for a Sonic Strike combo.
Okay.
Is this at disadvantage or anything?
This is not. No, it was just that one taunt that changed the possibility of.
And again, I will ask, do I need to have the willpower roll that you didn't have me when I transformed? Just to see?
No, because
Or-
I already got you to roll, because technically you rolled SP, which, as I said, is technically the sum total. So I've already
Right.
gotten that note down.
Alright. 28.
Okay, nice. Yep.
let
Roll
me-
damage.
Let me go grab Allfather's Wrath. And then don't forget I'm wielding the gauntlet, so it's also like I'll have to roll a d4 for it's d4, so it is energy damage.
Ooh.
Which the extra bit, and that's just like the copy and paste from our DM. So I forget if there's any other dice. Should I?
No, that is literally
should be it.
everything. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm just having a look.
D4 is energy.
Oh, well,
Uh,
technically, I mean, it's too late now. But technically, you could have also added the additional damage from the gauntlets.
That's why I was asking.
Well, I thought you had. And then I
I
realized.
stated this is just what I copy and pasted.
Okay.
Do I add anything else?
Okay, so I'm just having a look at something. So that is a lot of damage, which is good. Which is definitely good.
Remember, this is still a combo. I still have another attack.
Okay. Okay. Nice, and then... Nice. And then... Nice. Okay.
All I know is that you rolled a bunch of 69s, so that's why you're nice.
No. It's just, Okay, that's not so nice, actually. That's actually... That is the first concerning part about this.
For me or you?
Ooh.
I will not state, but all I am going to state is I will need to make some rolls.
Uh-huh.
You're
I mean,
about to have your
this has to
entire
have break-
attack reflected.
This has to have breaking vitality.
If it hadn't, I think that would be more concerning.
Yeah.
I believe I pretty much have the highest vitality in the game.
Oh, that is a filthy roll. Oh, that is a filthy roll. Double, I want to point out, right, so I've got a disadvantage. Double disadvantage 19. With his modifier, that saves him from taking an injury. Not that it really matters too much anyway. Anyway, so yeah, you do punch him, hitting with everything you've got. And for some reason, as you're hitting him, you start feeling a strange amount of pushback as he does take it, and it sort of like glides him across the ground just for a second as he sort of like goes back. As you notice, a strange amount of energy is going around his body, and it seems as though it was actually protecting or rendering some of that damage relatively null. However, he's definitely been hit by something. Some of that attack. Some of that attack has gone through, and it definitely looks like it really frickin' hurt him.
All right. I still have. That was a combo, so I can go in for another combo pure technique.
Yep. Remember your damage this time.
So 31 to hit. Let me. And since you're gonna be like that about it, even though I stated, hey, this is just what I copy and paste it from the DMs. It doesn't have.
Well, you know what? Copy it, paste it, don't roll it yet, and then add to it.
All right, what do I need to add?
Well, I don't know. You should have. Hey, I can't keep track of all of your damage. That's your job.
Okay. So it's adding from like each attack I did.
It's adding from the. So which hand are you punching with this time?
Well, let's see. What arm did he stab me at? Like a shoulder area.
The left shoulder got hit by that.
Left shoulder. So I probably started with a right hook.
Okay.
So just to get him off of me.
Is this one a left now?
Hook.
Okay.
It's a left.
Alright, so whichever damage was from the last attack that you did in that 3 combo show prior. So,
I believe you said right, left, right?
Yeah, so it's the second one.
Second one, alright. And it's the 5d10 and what else?
So technically it's the first 5d10, then it's the d10 and the d8, and you're just looking at only their numbers, combining those, adding those into a modifier, and adding it at the end of your damage.
The d10 was a 6, the d8 was a 4, so that's 10 plus... I'm deep in maths.
Curse you, math.
Yeah, it's a lot of numbers to have to deal with.
Lots of nums.
So it should be 44 extra damage. I'll roll a d4 after I do this.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
Just to determine what the 44 is.
Yep, okay.
The d4, it is fire.
Nice. Okay.
Flaming strike!
So, total of 145 damage.
Okay, no, it isn't actually as weak as I thought that was. Okay. And then... Wow, okay.
Remember, with the gauntlets, he has half enemy physical resistance. Not that would probably matter.
No. Actually. There we go. Okay. Okay. Wow, that is interesting.
Once again, that was a combo, so I still have an action.
Okay. So, what happens is when you hit him this time, bang, you actually do hit him again, yet right in the chest as he sort of like hits him, and this time he doesn't move back. However, when you sort of reel your hand back, you notice that like you've definitely crushed some ribs, as then you see that weird energy again, and you then see like a correction in the ribs. He's definitely taken more damage, but he healed instantaneously as he was taking it. The injury that you dealt to him is no longer there, even upon the instantaneous moment that you dealt it to him.
But he is looking weak, right?
He is looking like as if you have dealt damage to him.
Alright, you know what? Fuck this guy. Commander Solar.
Okay.
So it's 10 plus. So it's 2d6 plus 1?
2d6 plus 1, yeah.
Okay. Total of 10 attacks.
Oh.
Okay.
And we're gonna have to. I assume these are back and forth with the gauntlets. It's gonna be a mess to calculate.
It's
How do we want to do this, Joe?
I don't want to do this.
I know, but I'm making you do it.
Wouldn't it make sense just do the gauntlet calculations afterwards instead of in the midst of the attacks?
Yeah, I'll tell you what we should do. Just try and do the rolls first. We'll do it back and forth until we then know the answer to all of them. Then you can then start.
Should we assume just one fist so we're not having to calculate over and over again?
Yeah, fair enough.
D20 plus 16. Should I just roll do 10 D20s plus 16 for? Just to see what those.
Yeah, it's up to you. Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that for simplicity's sake, so we know it. And we'll go down the line. 18, and remember we're adding 16 to all of these. 18, 18, 17, 12, 11, 10, 7, 7, 4, 4. So the lowest would be a 20.
Okay, so I'm just having a look.
Yeah, so you have two 34s, a 33.
I know this dice spot goes from highest to lowest, so they kind of we don't really
a
know.
28, and then a 27, a 26, and then two 23s, and then the lowest one.
Okay, so I'm just having a look at the first two that I got. So the first one is that, and the second one is that. Third one is that. Fourth one is that. Okay, that works. Right. Okay, so roll the damage of the first. Roll the damage of the. Okay, so roll the damage twice. So roll the damage once, and then roll it again for the second time. Okay.
And again, this isn't at the moment adding the gauntlet thing because we are.
Add it now. Start calculating very quickly because otherwise you're going to be here forever.
So the
Sanity
previous one was
off.
a 44.
9 plus 10 plus 7 plus 7 plus 4 plus 4 plus 8.
I'm just going to pull out my calculator.
Why haven't you done that before?
Because I had my calculator up for help.
It's 47. I've already done it for you.
47 for the first one.
Okay, so 47 on
Is
top.
that adding the plus the 44 of the last one, or is that just 47?
Oh, that was just adding the that wasn't adding the last one. That was just adding your first
So 47 plus 44.
No, it's not 47
Okay,
plus 44. It's just 44 plus 111 points of damage. So
will be plus 117.
Yeah.
For the first one.
Well, then wouldn't it be the 47 because that's what's from that attack?
Right, okay, so just real quickly, where's the 44 from, or where's the 47 from?
The 44 was the last added damage.
and
So we're adding it to this
from
one,
this
and then
attack.
the 47 is being added onto the 116, so don't worry about that. So 44 plus 117 equals, 161, right, okay.
And then the next one is 163.
Gotcha, okay. I'm just having a look at something.
These were 2 attacks. I'm assuming the rest all just didn't hit.
No. I'm just sorting out something real quick because I need to do the first two first, and then after that I need to sort out the others. Okay, so that one's that, and then
If he does get any punches in, remember Spirit Voltage.
yeah, don't worry about that. I'll worry about.
I want this man dead.
I know. I just realised, technically, because that he keeps regenerating each injury, it actually doesn't matter how many injuries that he takes per hit. So I don't need to roll con. I just need to keep watching the damage that you do. Okay, so that was the first one. So how much damage is the second one?
163.
163, cool. Then I'm rolling what I'm rolling. Okay, take away. Ooh. Alright.
And then you'll be adding 42 onto your next attack.
Okay.
Right, okay, so what happens is the first time you hit him, or the first time you go to hit him, it seems as though he then does something. He basically, like, pretty much grabs his hand that's holding the katana and sort of just tilts something slightly on his finger. He gets then hit in the chest as he opens up. And okay, by the way, from the distance that you are sensing this. Suddenly there is a massive burst of energy that both comes forth from this guy and from this creature, as both of their energies amplify by a great deal. The second thing is that after that he then gets hit again, and then the next hit he then teleports away as you keep just flurrying attacks, and you waste all of your other hits from your combo as he is then teleported out of your reach.
That was rude of you. Of you specifically, Joe.
Yes, of me specifically. That's fair enough. I couldn't do it anymore. Okay, I was gonna have it that he tried to do something else, but once I rolled my stuff and I got that first natural 20, I was like, he has to do this. And after the two other turns, I was like, all right, he's gonna get hit by this. He's gonna get hit by this. The fourth one that you had in your row, I think it was like 12. I got a 15. And there's only a 1 point difference between us, so I was able to use the teleportation to get the F out. As he teleports away, he is now... Anarchy, you sort of sense where he is, but sadly, Felix and Ferb, you cannot sense or see where he is, because you can't sense, but also you can't see where he is either. As you keep flurrying the attacks and you sort of run out, you sort of Ferb just going, Felix! And then you slow down, and it just realizes that he's not there.
Felix, he teleported away after the third hit. What a coward.
Felix will compose himself. We best find them.
As it is now, Anarche's turn. So, obviously, showering light was already dispelled at the end of your last turn anyway. You can sense that this creature has suddenly gotten a massive boost in power. But also you sense that so has he, and therefore it's actually harder for him to hide. He is directly below you, on the ground floor.
Oh. Then I will activate my predictive instincts, and then I will float down to meet him using my movement.
Okay. When you use your flight to float down, I want to point out there's no easy way of accessing it. So you are floating down, and you are on the opposite side.
Wait, is there not a hole in the floor? The
there is, but that's
like
that's the first floor. You're on the second floor because you're the third story up. So you can't. So there isn't an open access to get to the ground floor now.
Well, actually, I guess that sucks for this guy more. As my other bonus action, I'm going to activate my robot form. And then, using Swartle, I'm just going to do an AoE and blow up the entire building.
Oh, okay. So in other words, you're using that. Okay.
Yeah.
Roll for it.
Let's hope there's no everyone's evacuated from this building.
32.
Okay, nice. Wow. Okay. Yep. Roll damage.
Plus, that will be 92.
Nice. Oh. 92. Okay. Yep. As you blow up the building, like a huge explosion happens, sort of blowing up. The apartments just sort of fallen and collapse on each other as they also just get completely blasted back. As so in the Storm God's visage, by the way, you're doing this downwards, like full on downwards, blowing up beneath you.
Yeah. So it collapses down.
Okay, the legs sort of extend out and sort of stand in sort of where the hole that is left over from the apartment buildings. There is now this giant tunnel that goes through from the 3rd floor downwards. Also, to put this into perspective, the 3rd floor is also the top floor. So the Storm God's visage is just standing perfectly in the in the inside of this thing. That is the end of your turn, and is now the opponent's turns for their actions. So let's have a look. Okay. Nice, okay.
Not gonna lie, I'm still a little miffed that you had him teleport.
I mean, hey, look,
Can't you let me have the
not as miffed
satisfaction?
not as miffed as you should be, because he's doing other bullshit things right now.
I know he's doing a lot of bullshit. I can accept not being able to see the enemy, but having them. This is Smithy all over again. I also want to how long is a action? Like a turn. Is that 6 seconds? Like in D&D, or
in a single action is around about anywhere between 3 to 6 seconds, but a whole rotation is anywhere from about 30 seconds to a whole minute, if it's a whole rotation, depending on how many people there are. Okay, so I'm just having a look at this.
I don't know if any of you have played Pizza Tower or watched it on Pizza Tower.
Yeah.
If you've seen the final fight, there's a part where Peppino goes into a flurry of blows. All I just picture is Felix, but that.
Just beating up this one guy floating down or flying up into the sky.
Okay.
I'm also surprised he's not dead, given, Ferb shot him so much.
There's reasons why.
You know exactly what this is.
I know the entire build, Joe.
Yeah, of course you know the entire build, because you know what, we'll have words about this, and I know that you're going to give me shit for this.
It doesn't surprise me.
No, not at all. But at the same time, you know what? I'm glad that Bill isn't here, because I think Bill would have judged me a lot more than you're judging me right now. Okay, so I'm just having a look at this just to make sure. Alright, so that's fine. I'm going to need to use that then. Okay. With limited knowledge of what you're going to do next. I need to be very careful. Actually, I just realised something. No, I don't, because I just used that. So that is...
He's become too powerful now that we've let him roll in private.
Yeah.
I mean, to be entirely honest, my rolls have been absolute dog water, and that's why you've been hitting me so many times. It's just because of the range and the reach thing that some things haven't mattered, but I will say my rolls have been okay. You have landed a lot more hits than I'm comfortable with, but it seems as though my original strategy worked out for the best.
Being a coward, yeah, it has.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see what I roll. It literally wouldn't change the outcome. Okay.
It's like someone's camping in Smash Brothers.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just pulling off the same attack multiple times. You don't need to worry about that. Don't need to worry about it. Okay, so that will have to work. So basically, Anarcho, just suddenly you sense that this guy is suddenly creating a massive pulse of energy. As he does so, all three of you need to react in some way, shape, or form. I want to point this out just to the two of you who don't see him currently, because even though that big explosion has happened, you don't actually physically see him, but you do see where the stuff is coming from. So I want to point out, Anarcho is the only one who can interrupt this. If it fails, all of you need to react, the other two of you need to react in a way that is going to help you avoid this damage.
Well, using Swartle, I will blast myself to interrupt him, and I get advantage because...
Indeed. Roll for it.
Would I be allowed to grab Ferb
Natural
and
20.
jump away if
you know
need
what?
be?
He's got that 20. Nice.
Nah,
He's
doesn't
doing that
matter.
funny.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah, you stop him from using it.
I'm gonna roll damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
You win!
Well, maybe.
Better win. Otherwise, we're gonna have some words, Joe.
Not even close.
81.
81? Okay, that's not bad. That is not bad. And why is that like that? Okay, cool.
You call that not bad? I'm over here doing like 140 something damage per.
I'm having to minimize my attacks, by the way, because they're all ranged, so you can...
Technically, if he swooped in and actually attacked me, there would actually be an argument that I might not be able to survive a lot of the attacks that he can deal.
I mean, yeah. Although I will admit, your maximum is definitely higher than what I can reach. That is just a...
Oh, have you figured out my maximum then?
Oh, no, I was talking about Juice, but...
Okay, fair enough. I was going to say,
I have a
geez.
feeling I might. I have a feeling I might.
That's a very clever...
Maybe even more than that, and I'm ranged.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that. So you hit him, but for some reason, instead of taking damage, he seems to have healed, and now he's actually got less damage to him after that shot.
Well, still stopped what he was doing, so...
As you've noticed that his health is beginning to continuously regenerate incredibly quickly. As it is now, oh wait, no, I've already done it where the creature did something. No, I actually haven't. I actually haven't, yeah. Because it was your turn, then it was his turn, and now it's her turn, because I've been sort of like interchanging between them. Well, that's fine, considering I don't think I actually need to worry about that anymore. Okay, I've just realised. Yeah. The damage that you have dealt to the creature has been completely undone. Also, the injury has also been undone. Despite this, however, the creature itself has used up its action to heal itself. It is now the turn of Ferb.
Oh boy.
Ferb, you're flying about like 2 meters off the ground. You've seen this big explosion. You see the storm god's visage. The dust is sort of cleared after revealing the blast. This guy is sort of down onto the ground in between the two legs of the storm god's visage.
I'm gonna roll instinctive will to see what's going on.
I thought you had that, but I was so glad that I didn't break my cover and say, by the way, could you roll it? or just a question. Do you have... Okay.
25.
Yep, but you still need to roll perception.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
22.
What's your range of your instinctive will?
I think it's 50. It's not anywhere near what my actual gun range is.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I took a few buffs to it just to get it up.
Yeah, fair enough. I think you took 4, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can now sense this creature. In fact, you can actually sense it. It's a massive power radiating, and you can now you sort of sense it. You look over towards it, and you can actually see this creature again. Sort of a white pale flesh, top half of a torso, big, huge, sort of like spindly arms with claw-like fingers. No top half of its face. But it does still have like a head and a massive mouth filled with rows of teeth.
Oh, that's what he was seeing. Ugh. Well, now that I can see it, I can shoot it.
As I will attempt to open fire.
Okay. Okay, you go to attempt to open fire. As you do so, this thing also attempts to open fire on you. As you both do so, you roll damage, and I'll roll damage as well. Do the BPA.
Mm-hmm. So that is... all 5 bullets!
Nice. Okay, I'm just having a look at this.
Get my damage, because I can't. Pretty sure I no longer copy.
Okay, good. For a second there, I thought that there might have been a really broken aspect to this, but actually, it's not as broken as I thought it was, which is good for you guys.
And damage.
Nice, and also damage. You'll be hit with 52 points of damage.
Well, under I go again.
Under you go again, however, that's 44 times 5, jeez.
Have fun, Joe.
Okay, oh wow, yes, okay, so as you fire at this thing, you completely obliterate it, but it also hits back at you, and you are out. But now, Anarche, you sense that the creature is riddled, and then it begins to dissipate. As you also notice, once this creature has dissipated, the intensity of the guy's aura also begins to lose its level of strength. It's still more intense than it was at the beginning of this fight.
Yeah.
But there is a certain essence of it that is gone.
His verb crashes to the ground again.
Mm-hmm. As now it is Felix's turn.
Felix, you hear a noise behind you.
What's behind?
Verb, unconscious on the ground.
Great. Cool.
Just having a look. How much damage again was it? 2,
52.
2. Okay, yeah. I actually need to have a look at the damage I dealt now. Just
Two.
okay, there we go.
2.
Oh,
So
actually, Gunhead, you're not unconscious. You are down to 5 HP.
Amazing!
Wow.
As you also notice that this thing disappears. As it is now Felix's turn. Fergus, what
It's
the
now
Wow.
Fergus's turn.
It's now Fergus' turn, so I now shut that. Yeah.
Fergus swoops in. He decides to help us anyway.
Well, the thing's gone now, Felix. Oh, that burns.
You think you can take care of yourself?
Well, I'm still off the grind, so yeah, I'm fine. Go
Alright.
give in the guy's skull.
I will. Probably you probably want me to do labor or something to start jumping in that direction.
I mean, you don't have to jump into his direction. You can just politely walk up towards him. I mean,
How far is he again?
he's about 15 meters away, which is well within your move speed.
Okay, I'll go up to him.
Okay. I will say, ooh, you know what? I'm going to do something though. I'm going to say he's going to still try and do a reactive attack against you whilst you're walking towards him. This will mean that you'll need to react against this. You can choose whatever you like. However, you are not within melee range as of when he does this.
I will just do strenuous form defensive daddy.
Oh, okay.
So I believe where is that? The amount of times I have to scroll up and down through my sheet just to find things.
I mean, on the bright side, you can just roll.
Yeah. It'd be plus
Jeez.
10 to...
Yeah, so it's a D20 plus 10.
Yeah, that succeeds. Oh shit, knocked over my mic.
I mean, as a reaction, that sadly does not succeed.
Okay.
As a reaction, that sadly does not succeed against what he does. As he creates a flying slash attack that does go towards you and hits you.
Okay.
Now, on the bright side, because this is reactive, it's not as dangerously powerful, but this is still very powerful. Would this make you feel better if I rolled it in front of all of you?
I mean, you can.
It doesn't really change much at this point.
No, it does not.
It's up to you.
I'm just reading something very quick because I don't want to get this damage wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm right on this, but I just don't want to be wrong.
So to be clear, my defensive dad just didn't activate, or...
No, it just didn't get the chance to activate.
Okay.
This also, by the way, ends your turn since he got such a much higher roll than you did.
Great, so my turn was wasted.
Yes, I just want to point this out. When someone reacts to you walking towards them, this is called the rule of movement. He can react. However, if he failed to react against it, so what he can do is he can reactively try and attack you whilst you're walking towards him. If you succeed against him, or in other words, he fails, you can do whatever you want to him, and he's not allowed to react because only one reaction per separate attack is allowed. And since you didn't do an attack, and he reacted to your ability, your action, your whatever. If he had failed, you would have been able to go, cool, anyway, so I roll up and I just do this attack to him, and I know that he's going to be unable to attack. Sadly, that wasn't the case in this time. You take 134 damage.
Total?
Total.
Okay.
Just want to point out, Kane, I don't know if you're angry with me, or if you might be quite interested or proud of me to say that the way that I've built this character, but I will say it is rather an interesting build.
It does seem that way.
He's pissed. So that puts you on 195.
I have 16 HP.
You do indeed.
Oh dear.
195. That also does break your vitality, so please roll me a... And this is... I have to remember this particular... This is a survival. I need you to roll me a survival.
Right. Which, since I do have Super Con, it'll be plus 10.
Indeed it will.
28.
Nice. You do not take any further ailments. I mean, to be honest...
Oh, joy.
If you had gotten a 15, that's all you needed. You're fine. You don't take any further damage. Actually, no, you didn't even need a 15. I just completely forgot that you have, 80? Or something like that?
80 max vitality, which it is at 80.
Damn.
God damn! Anyway, yeah, so you do get hit by this attack, it stops you. You are about 10 meters away from him. It is now Anarcho's turn.
Oh boy. Alright, well, bonus action again. Predictive instinct.
Fair enough.
Yep. I would like to lower my Susanoo and get onto the same level he is. So, because he's by my feet.
Yeah, he's by your Susanoo's feet, so you're like...
I basically lower it down and then drop it, so I'm out of it and near him.
Okay, so you no longer have it active.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
He pretty much just looks at you as like, so, this is the first time that we've met face to face.
Yes.
He just
I
looks
don't know who you are, so it doesn't really mean much, but...
Well, if you would at least give me the kind decency of at least explaining who I am, perhaps then
Sure.
this will not be so ill-willed between us. My name is Jun. I myself am a wielder of many different functions within this society, but I am one of the ones that has been explicitly told to come to kill you, and Felix. Of course, the higher-ups from Eden, aka Matrata, have asked me to do this. This is not exactly a pleasantry, but you did kill one of the Seraphim. No, sorry. You killed one of the Seraphim and then murdered one of the Cherubim. This
Well,
is breaking 2 of our laws.
I'm just sorry you're on the wrong side of things, really.
It's interesting that you say that. You and your crew are incredibly strong. I have brought every single thing that I could around here to make sure that I'd have every advantage, and you have still done very well against me.
Yes. Well, you got any last words you want to part, or are you good?
He for the first time, because I want to point out all 3 of you can see this, for the first time, he cracks a smile. You are as funny as they say.
Ah, well, I tried. And I will take a Felix initiative on this, and I will activate combo. On hand to hand.
I
Okay.
forgot you had this.
It's 3 hits, and I'm going to use my usage style for all of them.
Ooh. Wait, hang on a second.
Finish him.
Hang on a second. You can't use a
Yes.
combo with a usage style?
Ah, no, you're right. I cannot.
I was like, wait, what? If it was an
In that
advanced...
case, then, reviews that. I will not combo.
Okay.
And I will go with... Yeah, I've used both my bonus actions, technically. I will... With Swartle, I will go in for a slice.
Okay. Are you going for that usage style then?
Yes.
Fair enough. I shall use his.
So...
Yep, without a doubt, without a doubt.
So it would be...
Oh no, Kane. I meant without a doubt. I went no. No,
yeah.
you did trounce me
I had a
in that trade-off.
Try to remember it be. This is plus. Would you count this as a melee attack? I only ask because my form gives me 1.5 when it comes to melee. Do you want to count that as hand to hand and we just leave that out?
No, I'm going to count it because we said melee, and you're also using strength with the sword, so I can't even argue it. So yes.
Okie dokie. And then it would be plus 8d6 is plus 24. No. Because it's with Swartle, and then it's another 40, and then plus, and then that should be everything. 153.
Ooh, nice. 153.
Yes.
Nice. You do indeed cut him. It causes no additional injury for whatever reason, or more specifically, you cut him and it does create an additional injury, but it immediately sealed up and healed through this weird green energy.
Yes.
Behind him, the energy also reaches and cuts through a chunk of the wall, breaking it down behind you guys. As he does stagger for a second and sort of just looks at you. The damage that you dealt must have only been roughly around about a third of its original output, but nonetheless, you have still harmed him.
I guess I'll have to put more force behind it.
Well, that was certainly impressive. But I must ask, as it's now his turn, that you please just die for me. As he yet again goes for what seems to be a slice with his weapon, but something slightly off. As he attempts to do so, how would you like to react, Anarcho?
Can I react as well?
You are able to as well if you wish, actually. I completely forgot that you have a massive bloody range, so technically you do.
I attempt to shoot him as well.
Oh, this is unfortunate.
I got a 33.
I got a natural
I got a
20.
30. Oh.
Let's see it, Joe.
Okay.
Post it. I believe you. I just want to see it.
So I did a usage. So to give some context, I did a usage style.
Yep.
His usage style is
Swordsmanship and singing, I'm guessing.
Yes, literally. Yeah. I'll put it in. I'll even put it in the dice roll so that I can show on stream. Here it is.
Look, audience. Look at this bullshit.
There you go.
Yeah, you got. Yeah.
Natural 20,
Goddamn natural
then
20.
19. But as you know from the ability, it doesn't really matter about the second roll as long as I get the first one within the rights of this ability. With that being said, he does indeed hit all of you. But I will say, Felix is at least allowed to try to react against this in any way that he sees fit, providing it's based on his range capacity.
I mean, I can't do any attacks.
You can dodge or block.
Yeah.
You have 3 different possibilities of dodge.
Normally I'd say block, but considering your health.
Considering my HP is at 16,
And we've also learned that block does not exactly do what is intended of it.
Just dodge and hope for a natural 20, that's your best bet.
Right. So my options for dodge are finesse, acrobatics, or evasion.
Yes, yeah.
Do any of those have like different outcomes if I succeed?
Finesse, you just perfectly dodge. Evasion, you dodge and get up to your maximum move speed away. And acrobatics, you dodge and get towards him if you wish.
Acrobatics, why not? They're all the same modifier.
Fair enough.
Come on.
Plus 14.
If your luck proves anything.
No.
Ugh. That was a really unfortunate nat 20.
It was.
106.
To everyone?
To everyone, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
As that happens, Ferb, you are unconscious. Felix, you are unconscious. Anarche, how are you holding up, buddy?
Pretty good.
106 does break vitality. Do you need me to roll survival?
I do indeed need you to roll survival, and the same with Ferb, because this is the first time I've actually done beyond Ferb.
I will ask, is this survival with Supercon, or is this regular survival?
I will still allow it to be with Supercon, even though you will de-transform after this. I will still allow it with Supercon, because you took the hit in
Natural
Supercon.
20.
Nice, yeah. You don't take any injury. Bam! It just hits you, and you de-transform. Ferdinand! Hear me out.
Anarche, I think you might need to find one of the 4 guardians.
Anyway, so as you get hit by this, you do go unconscious. This does cause fatal moments as you go down into the ground and start seizing. Felix, you hit the ground on your front, and Ferb, you hit the ground on your back, yet again slamming onto the top of this car. Anarche, you get hit by this, and this does not actually give you an injury, but it hurts like hell.
Yep.
As you have noticed, the energy signatures of your comrades has significantly dropped, and one of them is beginning to fade very quickly.
Well. Alright then. I'm going to first again, bonus action, activate Predictive Instinct.
Okay.
12. That doesn't really matter. It works, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Now for my first action, because this does not matter in this instance, I'm going to activate my Mind ability.
Okay, Mind ability.
The emotional empowerment one. Wow, okay. No, I can't, and I can't go to activate it again. Wow. I see how it's going. Game really... Well, to be fair, I prefer to waste my willpower roll on that than anything. So...
The game wants a TPK.
It can certainly try.
It definitely can certainly try. I will just say I don't have the greatest faith. The whole point of this was to, at the very least, prove that I could, but not actively do.
I mean, it's not whether you could, it's whether you should, you know?
Yeah. I want to point out, I actually did say to Siobhan at the end of this, like, because I knew that sadly Sam and Bill wouldn't be with us this session. I was like, I wanted to split the party and have two separate fights going on at the same time. But the funny thing is that I actually said, if you three are together, I have no chance at winning. And I had to adjust my strategy throughout the span of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
How close is he looking to death?
You know what? I'll give it to you. About halfway.
About halfway, you say?
Halfway, I say.
You know, correct me if I'm wrong, but part of the point of rolling behind a screen is so you can fudge, right?
Yeah, I fudged. Trust me, I fudged.
Did you?
Sometimes.
I don't fully believe it.
I
Unless you're
see.
fudging the opposite way.
I see what you're doing, Joe. You're fudging, but you're making sure everyone dies.
Yes.
Let me put it this way. The fudges I did have saved you, but some of the things that I've done are too close to call.
Alright, I didn't really want to do this so early.
You just didn't
But
want
I know
us to
this
be
was your
fudged?
fucking... I know this is your plan, Joe, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna activate my overdrive.
Yes!
I knew you were gonna fucking... I knew you were trying.
There are
So
two-
two rotations.
There are two things I need you to do in this, and if you do it, you will very much win. But that's the thing. That's the gamble you now have to make. Do you use both of those things at the same time? Okay, you use it. Please explain what happens.
As I cross my fingers and point at him, I go, I really didn't want to use this so early into my time, but I guess I've got so little choice. Phantom Zone. As the barrier will start to begin creating itself.
He looks around, sort of almost perplexed, and then looks back at you. So this is the ability that you used against Phileas Soul. Sir Gabriel did state that you might have this ability. To be honest, I thought that you would actually probably be the strongest one. But honestly, based on how I got hit by your attacks, I'd probably have to say the brute, Mr. Fatigue, is probably the strongest. But I didn't realize that you had this many abilities.
I'm also just rolling the d4 for points that I lose.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Another
so-
3. Ugh.
I will calculate that in a moment.
Sad part is that even if an arcade wins, they still go into the void.
Yeah, they go into Nothing Land. But I still have one action left.
You do indeed have one action left.
And I will activate Shower of Light on my allies because they are inside.
They are indeed. I forget how big this frickin' barrier is. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. See. Yeah.
From
Roll for it.
Swartle, before you fucking
Yeah.
catch me out.
No. Yeah. You know what? Hey, you said it before you hit the enter button. I'm good. Ooh. Nice. Roll for the dams.
66.
Nice. Okay. Sadly, that won't do anything just as of yet in the terms of survival rolls, but that will at least mean that they are getting healed.
Yes.
So, Ferb's health. Ferb's damage is at 317, take away 66. That puts him down to 251. So he's getting down there, and then Felix is...
I believe I was at negative 90.
Yeah, you're at 295 in the terms of your damage, so I think it's roughly that, yeah. So take away 66 again. You're at 229 in the terms of damage. Oh, I just put 2,229. That's a little different. Yep. So you begin healing. I was about to say something really stupid. I was actually about to say something really, really stupid. I'm assuming that also hits you as well. No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. Wouldn't do anything. Yeah.
That's yeah. Okay. So he notices that you're healing them as he just sort of looks over. He is still point blank in front of you as he just goes. So you're going to undo all of my hard work. I mean, I get the mercenary. He's just getting in the way.
I mean, you're undoing all of my hard work, so it really only seems about fair.
Roll me charisma, by the way.
Ugh. Natural 1.
He just immediately just goes to you without saying anything. Obviously, you're allowed to react. Normally, this wasn't a taunt or anything. It was just I wanted to see if there was any cool dialogue that we could get going.
No.
So yeah, he's going for you. He's swinging for you.
I get advantage. Well, actually, I need to roll a second d20 because I get advantage on this, and I get advantage on energy 2 times anyway.
You do.
Okay, so 23, and then this will be. Come on. Wow.
Nice. You still make it. Because that's what is it? That's 23 and 20. Yeah, 23 and 23. Yep. That's just about. As he goes in for you, you also hit him as well. Roll damage.
144.
Nice. I mean, I actually just realised it doesn't matter how much damage I do, because I mean,
it all gets rewinded anyway.
I'll tell you anyway, just so that you're aware, because again, you at least then you know the rough feeling.
Yeah.
So plus that. Okay. He does 125 to you, which just slices right through you, practically like. It basically what it does is it looks to him like he's cut your head off, and then it immediately reverts. All that damage is gone from you, as he then realizes that he then gets slashed by you, and he then takes 144 points of damage. By the way, I want to point out he's practically on a special ability that's pretty much... It might as well be life support. In the terms of how much damage you do, it is basically life support. And it's about to run out. As it is now your turn again, I believe?
Well, technically it's Ferb's to roll survival.
It is indeed, yes. You'll need to roll me some survival, Ferb, because you are still in fatal moments.
He got a 6.
That's one of your 3 survival tokens gone. That is the end of your turn, and that's that. However, it is now over to you again, because Felix cannot roll survival yet. No.
Yeah. Alright.
Roll for the heals.
All for heals. Yeah.
Roll for heals and roll for predictive instinct.
I have to go and recopy my healing dice.
By the way, just real quick, obviously you probably already know this, but I thought I'd say this just in case. Because it's a continuous thing, that the healing thing does not count as one of your 2 bonus actions you're allowed.
Yeah.
So you can still roll this, and you can still activate something else if you wish.
Yeah. 66 again.
Nice. I think that
And then I
completely
will-
undoes all the damage that they took as
Yeah,
well.
so it'd be it'd be 132, I think, because they were both 66s. So
Yep. So now you're on 1-6. What is it? 163, Felix, and then Ferb, you are on. $185. Okay.
So does that stabilize me?
That will stabilize you. Yes. So basically, in the next time that it becomes your turn, you can roll for this. I do know that I am aware of the time. If you do need to head off, you are very much.
I
available to
will
do
probably
so.
need to head off. Yeah,
That's
I'm
absolutely
just
fine.
quickly calculating points and stuff.
That's fine.
Felix sinks into the ground up to the other party somehow.
Alright, I'm just gonna roll for predictive instinct.
Yep. Nice.
Yep. And then other bonus action, I'm gonna fucking pull out Thor's hammer axe.
There we go. Yes, the two. It's all aligned.
And now, lightning usage style.
Fair enough. I'm just going to point this out.
Or 29, basically.
Oh my gosh. You do hit.
Cool. Is it 20 for Black Lightning?
I think it's either 20 or 25, but you got.
I did not get. Hang on, I'm just going to check the ability.
15. I think it's 15 for 1.5. 20 for, it's 25.
Yeah, it's 25. Yeah, so I got 2 times.
Okay.
Which I forget what that is.
5d12s.
Okay.
Because the original d12 is just the material, but then the additional 2 is just, from...
So it'd be plus. Hang on, I have to remember this now. Plus. It's not 11 for this, it's plus 12.
It is indeed plus 12, yes.
And then Swartful is plus 11.
Yes, yeah.
And then it's plus 24 because of the 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's plus. What did you say? 5d10s?
5d12s in the terms of lightning.
5d12s. And then Swartle, which is 46
And
of
then obviously,
energy.
and then obviously your energy, which is converted into lightning.
Yeah, plus 24.
Jeez.
Plus 46.
I'm pretty damn sure you won't one-shot this guy, but if you do, that would be impressive. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So just for just so you know, so that you are aware, you do hit him with this massive attack, and it does just blow a huge hole into his chest. But the energy suddenly builds up throughout his body and immediately regenerates his body. He's still taking a good chunk of damage, but it's not the amount that you're looking for in the terms of it. You were really, really hoping that the damage that you would have dealt would have been enough to be able to be, to remove him from this fight. However, it doesn't seem to have done so as of yet.
I am gonna have to head out, so
Take care.
Whether let me know if Felix actually dies or not.
Yep.
Felix
Bye.
is fun. Take care. Okay, so he sort of staggers back for a bit. His entire clothes are just completely ripped and destroyed as he's sort of like panting very heavily at this point. As he looks up at you, he's like, "Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that weapon from? Damn, that's impressive. I'll give you that. But I guess that I should be able to." And then as he says that, you notice his energy, its intensity drops by a massive margin as he sort of staggers for a second. Well, I wasn't expecting that. As he begins looking back at you, sort of just trying to figure it seems as though like he's sort of run out of a lot of his he seems to have run out of a lot of his ideas.
That's a shame, because I have still quite a lot to go.
This is the last turn, isn't it, for you as well?
Yep. But he doesn't know that.
You've noticed that suddenly he then just grabs the rest of his shirt as he sort of tears it off. As he then sort of, you notice that he's then bolstered by another amount of energy, which you now realise is not the energy that he bolstered himself with before, but is instead his willpower, as it seems as though his strength has increased, as he launches towards you, swiping at you with his sword.
I will do the same again.
So what's that? Ooh.
26 is my highest.
Okay. I get above, but not enough to stop you from reacting.
So it's a draw.
Practically.
So we hit each other.
Yes, you do indeed
Alright.
hit each other. I just want...
173.
Ooh,
Oh!
lovely.
And unless his willpower is above 33. I know damage-wise to me it doesn't matter, but to him.
I'm just having a look. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Yep. You've never been hit by his katana before either.
Nope. So it's animite infused, is what you're telling me, Jay.
You get hit for an attack that is supposed to do 87 damage. Obviously, the attack really freaking hurts, and this actually is very bad. And then it's undone and completely rewritten out of pocket. However, the damage that you deal to him is what was it? 173.
Yep.
Nice. So I'm just gonna roll this. Ooh, okay, 173.
It is super strength, by the way.
Is that so that like if it breaks vitality, I have to roll this?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's just disadvantage.
Yeah, that's fine. I assumed. Okay, plus just having a look at his current health. Fun. That's what I was going to say.
Sure.
Ooh, okay, that's that. That is damn. As he gets hit by this attack, it does sort of deal a huge amount of damage to his body. The wound heals, but it seems as though they're not healing as fast, and the damage is retaining a lot more now. He's still healing whilst you're attacking, but it's not fast enough. It's nowhere near the capacity. If you were to give a percentage, his healing factor has gone down by 50%.
Damn.
If not, the best part about this, it's either gone down by 50% or 75%. As he sort of staggers, holding his knee, and sort of like stands back up, sort of holding his blade with his left arm again, just sort of like readying himself. He still is bolstered. That last attack was incredibly quick, but this is the first time that it seems as though it's not just energy that is bolstering his speed and attack strength. It seems as though he's using willpower to further enhance his muscle fibers.
Well, I will roll for the healing. 63.
Nice. As now, need to take that away from Gunhead. Gunhead, can you roll me a survival?
Yes, I can. 8.
That's your second token gone.
Oh.
As we now come back to Anarche's turn.
Alright, I will roll for my mind ability.
Okay.
This is pretty fun. my drive to beat him.
I will point out,
23.
this is now when your barrier dispels.
Yep.
But this is your mind ability, so you're doing it based on excitement or enjoyment.
Enjoyment, yep.
Okay. Nice. It
And
does
then-
indeed work.
I will go in for the attack, and I will put advantage rolls on both of my things.
Ooh, okay. Are you only at like a quarter of your health gone or something, or is it 50%? I can't remember.
How much health have you taken away? Or what is my health at?
Your maximum health that you've currently lost. Oh, okay. It's 71. No, that's not right, is it? I think it's 71. You got hit by that massive explosion. So that would be 100. Yeah, it's 173.
What, that I'm at or I've lost?
That you've lost. You've lost 173. So that's beyond.
I need to
half.
have 55 health to be at like a third. So I think I'm at a half.
230 minus 173. Sorry, I'm just quickly doing that. 230 minus 173. 57. Actually, hang on a second.
Okay, so I'm at half.
How much
okay.
was the damage that where I hit everyone at? Is that 116, wasn't it?
I don't know. Something like that.
I can't actually remember.
Either way, my health is where it is at the moment. So.
Yeah, fair enough.
Alright. Yes.
Either way, that's beyond half, so that's the first quarter and the second quarter gone.
Yep.
Have you got a third quarter gone, or is that...
No.
Okay. Oh yeah, no, because you actually have to be at 1 for your thing to happen. Okay.
Well, for my fourth and final quarter, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But yes, I will put advantage rolls on both my things, and I will go in again.
Okay. Okay, not bad. Yes.
So 30.
Yes.
Okay. So copy and paste this. However, I need to edit the willpower. Because now it is
Plus an additional 2, isn't it? So it's like
8d6s plus 24.
24, yeah. Jeez, 8 yeah, 8d6. Oh, blimey. Okay.
208.
Oh, I mean, the healing aside, no. Okay, let me just use the heals to see how much. Okay, so plus 208. Take away then the 23 that I healed. Yes. So as you're raging, as this energy is coating around you, and you transform in this way, and sort of look at him like with a great smile on your face, like you're actually free for the first time to go as hard as you want with your powers, as much power output as you wish, and doing as much damage as you want, because there is practically no consequence to whether or not you can kill this guy or not, because he is both healing, and he is stated that he is trying to kill you and yours. So as you do this, you unleash your attack against him, which is this is the lightning from the
yes, the lightning. Yeah.
As you unleash this from him, and it hits him, it's basically his healing that is the only thing that's keeping him together. As he stumbles again, and he's just coughing up blood at this point, as you notice that the amount of damage that you did, his healing is just a tiny insignificant speck compared to the amount of damage you dealt to him. As not only is the damage sticking, he is actually struggling now. As he sort of stands back, as he's just looking at you like completely incapable of any additional thought or feeling. Well, you are indeed impressive. But I won't give up that easily.
Good, because I'm only getting started. So bring it on.
Well, have you ever, and hear me out, you noticed that some of those members of Matrata have wings, but others don't exactly have those. Many have halos as well. You notice that?
Would you mind just getting to the point?
Some of us learnt the techniques possible for us to do these things. Others, on the other hand, well, let's just say we learnt other tricks. As he rotates the ring, you can see a gemstone on the ring of his finger, holding the weapon. As a massive burst of energy comes forth from it one last time, he then places the katana back behind him as he's sort of readying himself in a certain pose. You see this huge burst of energy go forth upon him. As he then says, there are many reasons why some of us don't try too hard to wield our powers, because it can sometimes shorten our lifespans. But us Omegans have many abilities that don't exactly do that. For instance, you and I share something in common. So for this reason, I'm going to do one last thing. As you notice that energy on the back of his hand and all throughout the energy of his katana, he then sort of flicks his hand up. As the katana points upwards, it creates a giant creature, yet again, similar to the last one. This one does not seem to have the same attributal factors to it. But as he says that, he goes, Kira, come forth. We shall fight one last time. The creature is visible to you because of your energy sensing, but the power that it holds is equal to the last one, in the terms of its health and vitality. It readies up as he then converges with it. As he then darts towards you with his katana in hand, as the creature attempts to come forth and attack with you as well. Whatever you're reacting, you'll be reacting against both of them.
Alright, so I have to do a reaction against the two of them.
Yep, and you're allowed to react either one in total or two separate ones, and you can react in however you wish in the terms of whatever your abilities allowed, which pretty much means anything and everything that you have at your disposal.
I like the gamble, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do. You know what? Yeah, I like the gamble. I'm gonna go 2 in 1. So if my reaction fails, they both hit me.
Okay.
All right.
What is this?
And I'm
reaction?
gonna do the same thing, and I have advantage
Nice.
on both of them because of my predictive instinct.
Yes, you do. Oh, okay. Very clever. Very clever. Nice. Nice. So that's a 28 for that one.
28, and then 12 plus 15.
27.
27. Ooh, nice. Now, I'm not kidding here. I'm not even kidding. Roll damage.
Oh, and it's Black Lightning, Joe. So would you like to do the honors and roll the...
I can indeed do the honors. In fact, I will actually do it on my keyboard here right now. D6 5. So 5 D12s, Kane.
I mean, that's the same as before. Okay.
So yeah, although you get the 3D12s from the original thing anyway, so technically you get the even more damage.
6 and 8 D12s. Right? 5 plus 8. 5 plus 2, sorry. Yeah. 8 D12s. And it's Black Lightning, and obviously that means all that willpower nonsense, nothing.
Yeah. Not that it matters anyway.
Oh, even higher! 212.
As you hit this guy, I'm not even going to roll, because even if I crit, it won't matter. As you hit this guy, he's sort of like, you notice that like you're about to fire it and black lightning comes out of your weapon. As you're about to hit him, you notice that his weapon is not moving as fast as yours. The lightning is getting to him faster than his attack is going to. The creature itself is also too slow for this attack. As you notice it, in the brief moment, you sense almost like an acceptance from not only him, but from the creature. As you could have sworn, just before the black lightning completely obscures your vision of the two of them, both of them slightly smile. As the explosion of black lightning completely overtowers this, the whole apartment building behind them is gone. As this happens, you have 20 hours and 30 minutes remaining on your clock. But as the smoke clears, neither the creature, nor the individual, nor their weapons or items remain. As you have defeated your opponent. And that is where we shall end this session. Thank you very much for listening, everyone. This has been the Dev Plays the Crucible of Avarice campaign using the Animite Tales tabletop RPG. If you'd like to hear more from us, please check us out at hashtag Animite Tales on YouTube. We also have a Patreon if you would like to help us, as we also have this game, which is a completely open beta that you can play with your friends and family on the AnimiteTales.com. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful night.
Auf Wiedersehen! Bye-bye.